With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shazman 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure Errands should have feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once licked off across the board with charge to ward because his code can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap while DSP is chasing green. We're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. It's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if Patrick Fan is shy or scant to see if powers make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty wife and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact and how he felt he was attacked. He's nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Friday the 22nd of March 2024. Thank fuck it's Friday. My day's been pretty fucking pushy, and because of that I'm late to start my own bloody stream. I do apologise for that for all the live viewers waiting and watching. I will try and make it up to you as best as I can. Hopefully we can get a full house today. I am joined today by the ever patient Dashi. So Dashi, thank you very much for joining me on this bingo stream. How you doing, pal?
I am honestly feeling like crap. If I die on stream, please blame Jad. That includes the police.
And why in particular did you want to be here for today's stream, especially for today?
I'm going to make you say it. Okay, I wanted to be on tomorrow's stream, ideally, because I'm turning 34.
Who fucking cares?
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Fuck off.
I couldn't help it. I was perfectly set up for it. The button was right there. And I thought, why not press it because you're going to say that? It's funny. I had to.
Jesus!
In my defence, funny. So yeah, so Dashi is our birthday boy.
Shut up, bitch!
Hey, you stop playing with it. I don't make me do what I did to Meester. I stopped Meester from having soundboard available in Discord, remember. I will do the same to you if you're not careful.
That is only the second time I've used it ever.
Yeah, third time's a charm. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, but yeah, Dashi of course is his birthday tomorrow. I don't usually do Saturday bingo streams, so instead we've got Dashi being a guest today, you know what I mean, so there we go. So yeah, Dashi is joining me for today's birthday, sort of big bingo shenanigans. It's his birthday, not Jazz, so be nice to you. Be nice to him, it's his birthday tomorrow. You know,
oh, does that mean if we win bingo, I just get the money?
Fuck no. God no, what do you think I am? Fucking Mark 3s or something? Fuck off. But you do get to pick the bingo card, you know, that's a nice consolation prize. You fucking, there you go.
This is fine.
Yeah,
what I'm seeing right now is absolutely fine.
And not many people get to pick the bingo prize, so there you go, or pick the bingo board for that matter. So give a random number, Dashi.
The one I'm seeing right now is fine. 0.
Oh, you don't want to even randomise it, you just want to stick
no.
to force. Interesting indeed. So the bingo card we have for today is as follows. We have Phil to butcher a word, him to say you guys, him smacking his lips, his chair creaking and him saying wrong. Then we got Phil to say what the fuck are you talking about, although what are you talking about is also acceptable. Him saying variety, fuck. Him giving someone a good old fashioned leaning ban, and him saying in fact. The third row is Phil scratching the stash, him saying idiot, him saying hilarious, him doing hand graphs and him making a weird noise. You might ask yourself, what are hand graphs? Hand graphs is when Phil is demonstrating something going up or down in numerical value using his hands. And weird noise is making weird noise. The fourth row is Phil making that annoying T sound. Him saying new games, friend, dude, and support. And the fifth and final row is Phil saying shocked, interesting, necessarily, Twitter or X, and finally, him touching his face. So there we go. You happy then with the card since you didn't want to change it?
Yep.
You confident?
Do I have to be?
I mean, it'd help, you know. I mean, a little bit of fucking positivity and all that pish, you know. I don't know, but there you go. But fingers crossed, man. You never know what to expect of it. Even though sometimes you can think you've got the most banger, guaranteed slam dunk card in the world, and then all of a sudden Phil might not say variety. Or for example, you know, I mean, he's very strange that way sometimes, where he'll actually ignore one of his usual buzzwords. But I guess I'll have to wait and see what today's stream shall bring. But yeah, Phil playing a brand new game today, so that should help with the new games, Square, and all that jazz. Now, of course,
That is completely unoptimized and buggy as shit.
Yeah, I've heard interesting things. Apparently, it kind of deters people from saves coming, which is usually Phil's fucking go-to strategy. So he might not like this game because it won't reward him for saves coming. I guess I'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, anyway, guys, the aim of the game, as you will know by now, is to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on a bingo card you see before you on the screen. And if we manage to do that, we'll add $25 to the prize fund, which is currently sitting at $135. So if we win bingo today, that'll go up to $160. And of course, there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces for a bingo card as well. For example, if Phil snorts or burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that gives us a free space. And if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before I finish playing bingo, not only will that give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation, which was made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations to celebrate 100 likes. So you guys are in direct control of one of the ways we can get a free space. The rest of the ways are fully determined by Phil's bizarre bodily functions. And there you go.
Counterpoint to that, since you have the snorts recently, shouldn't you have the burps?
No.
Why?
Because the burps are still more audible than the snorts. Like, when Phil burps, the microphone picks
Yeah,
up.
but they happen less frequently.
But you still hear them usually. The snorts, I used to count all of Phil's snorts, including the semi-quiet ones. Now you don't actually get to notice those a lot because of the filter, but the microphone filters don't affect the burps as much. And I'll challenge you to go back on the last week's worth of streams or so. The burps usually outperform the snorts. And we usually get a free space because of the burps, more so than the snorts. Usually anyway, it feels like. I maintain my belief that Phil's burps are not affected usually by the audio filters compared to his snorts. I am fully of that belief and mentality, so I don't think we'll adjust the burp free space thing. So yeah, that's my opinion anyway, so I'm sticking to that. Until something deters and changes mind, I'm sticking to 10 each for both of them because I think there's a very fair balance based on Phil's recent changes to his audio levels. And of course, remember, the name of the game is to try and get a full house. As you know, of course, the current prize fund is $155, and also that can go up if we win more bingos and get more full houses, for example. At the end of the month, one of you guys could potentially win that prize fund, but only if you've left a comment on a community post, which is linked in the description of this live stream. If you've not done that yet, you've got until the end of the month to do it. And of course, we're going to have a marble race to determine who gets to win the big bingo prize fund, and of course, it's up to the winner as well what they do with that. They could claim it all for themselves, they could split the fund between themselves and the charity of their choice or whatever. They could roll it over and, you know, really make me go bankrupt for the following month, who knows. But it's really up to the winner what happens when we get a full house, when we get the bingo, the bingo prize marble race sorted to determine who wins that particular prize. But I think that's covered all the bases. I think I've gone through all the things we need to go through. And yeah, I believe we're ready to rock and roll and get on with the bingo stream. Anything you want to say before we start the show?
Just if I die, just keep blaming Jad, always.
I mean, you wanted to be on.
Oh no, sorry. Don't blame Jad. We get a full house if I die on stream.
That's a fair thing. I guess that's fucking reasonable. If Dashi fucking snuffs it in the next 3 fucking hours, I guess I'll say, okay, full house. We have a guest dying.
Well, yeah, I was not thinking you're fucking keep me here.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, of course, as usual, I'm going to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle to go once more. So we'll see what it says.
Hello there.
Well, that's a bit fucking anticlimactic. One more time.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
That's more fucking like it. On that fucking note, let's just begin bingo. Once again, I do apologise for being a bit late to the stream. Real life's a bitch today. I'm not enjoying my Friday so far. Hopefully I can have a good, robust game of bingo to make up for it. And yeah, here we go, guys. Good luck, everybody. Here we fucking go.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. What an exciting week we have in store as we continue on with RPG Overload. We've got the launch of a brand new, very hot and exciting RPG today in Dragon's Dogma 2. but we've also got a huge push to finish the lingering playthroughs of Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. But in addition to all of that, today we have a overabundance of gaming news to talk about on the show, so I hope that you're ready. Buckle back, sit back, buckle in, get ready, because this is the Level 1 Podcast.
Surely that's butchering a word because he butchered a phrase.
Yeah, that's fair.
Burger. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back. It is Friday, the 22nd of March, 2024. I'm DSP, of course. I'm getting the leaderboard centered. And welcome to the show. I hope you're all in good spirits. I hope that you're feeling well and ready for an action-packed day of new release goodness here on the channel. If not, hopefully I can put you into a good mood and we'll have a good time together today. Man,
Burger.
a lot of news happened on my day off as usual. It's weird because, you know, I don't always have exactly the same day off. I always try to aim for the same day, Thursday, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And it seems like whatever day I'm not streaming is the day when there's absolutely the most game news possible. Never fails. So we've got a ton. I mean, we've got stories about Larian Studios. We've got stories about Starfield and its botched storyline. We've got stories about Kotaku falling apart. All kinds of stuff is happening right now, and I'm excited to cover all of that for you today. But, of course, the big talk of the town is the release of Dragon's Dogma 2, which is funny because, remember, I was on the fence between getting Dragon's Dogma 2 or Rise of the Ronin, and which I was going to play today. And you guys convinced me. Originally, I was going to get Rise of the Ronin because I felt that would be more variety for the channel, but you guys convinced me to get Dragon's Dogma 2. And the funniest part about that is I am not hearing a single peep in gaming news or even social media today about Rise of the Ronin. Everyone's talking about Dragon's Dogma 2. That's it. Like, there's no real discourse about Rise of the Ronin, which means essentially what's happened is all the other games today are being overshadowed by Dragon's Dogma 2. Remember, there's more as well. There's actually a Super Princess Peach that also is coming out today. And the thing is, yes, it is true that will have its own audience on the Switch, and those who like Nintendo games will always play it. But again, you know, when it comes to the big gaming news and the buzz today, it's definitely Dragon's Dogma 2. Sadly, it's not all for positive reasons, as we're going to talk about in a second. Now, also today, I got to talk about my day off yesterday. I've got a few things to discuss there, and I feel like we should just get right into the discussion because we have so much to cover, okay? So, back on Wednesday, my last streaming day, lots of great progress in both Baldur's Gate 3, where we completed the House of Lost quest line for Shadowheart, and then we actually started the quest line for Will, where we're going to try apparently to get a dragon to help us in the end game. So the progress is moving very smoothly in Baldur's Gate 3, and some people are under the impression I may finish it this week. If I end up streaming it 4 days like I'm planning, I might complete it. So I guess we'll see what happens, but I'm very happy for the progress that I made, and I hope that we can wrap it up sooner rather than later, because obviously people want me to focus on these new releases coming out. Also, in like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, same deal, where we got through a ginormous, epic segment of the story. There was a huge, awesome boss fight. I won't spoil it, but it's kind of on par with some of the cool Easter egg boss fights and fan service that was in the original Like a Dragon, and it was really cool, and we're, again, moving forward positively. It looks like when I play it again, we'll get into Chapter 13 of 14, so we're there. We're hitting endgame. I'm wondering if this week, with my schedule, can I potentially finish both Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon, and if I do, obviously that would be great, because then we can solely focus on new releases, which I'm pumped for, you know? I've heard actual good things about Alone in the Dark now, because now the game's been out for a couple of days, and people who played it are like, you know, the reviewers are too harsh. They're expecting this game to be something it's not. This game is trying to be an homage to the classic Alone in the Dark games, and if you're looking for that kind of horror and suspense, you're going to like it. Just don't expect groundbreaking gameplay or anything. So I'm honestly strongly considering playing Alone in the Dark after we beat these RPGs. We'll have to talk about it and determine if that's what you guys would want, but it is definitely a horror creepy game that I think you guys might like. So anyway, schedule for this week is very simple. Today we're playing Dragon's Dogma 2 all day long. Yesterday, my wife and I made characters. We'll talk about that in a second, about the process we did to do that. And those will be used in the playthrough. And I'm playing it both streams, okay? Tomorrow, we're going back to Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. Sunday is React Day, where we're going to do the clip show on DSP Reacts, which is called DSP versus the Internet. And then on the late stream, we're going to finish up my retro react of Heavy Rain on the DSP Throwback channel. Monday, we're going back to RPG Overload. So it's more Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. And we're literally doing that 3 days straight till we finish them. I'm hoping that at the very, very least, we can finish one of those RPGs this week, because I want to bring Dragon's Dogma 2 into the fold as a full-time game, and I can't do that until we beat those games, right? Once we beat both of those games, now we can actually have Dragon's Dogma balanced with something else and even bring back Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And my wife and I want to start our co-op playthrough of Beyond Two Souls, but we need to finish Baldur's Gate, and Like a Dragon to get to that point where the schedule will free up. So we're going to get there, okay? We're getting there. This week is the final week for that, and I'm happy to start the week with a new release, quite frankly, because if it weren't and it was the same every day, it would get boring, but the fact that we're breaking it up is great, okay? Cool. All right, so good stuff, all right? I'm very excited for today. Before we get to today, let's do a little segment that I like to call Phil's Day Off, where I will talk about what I did on my day off yesterday. Not exactly the most epic day. It was basically a day where I knew we were going to be doing, well, I was going to be doing a lot of errands, but then we were also going to be setting up for Dragon's Dogma today, which was fun. It looks like, you know, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to go out and have a major day out where we do a bunch of stuff together. So a more of a laid back day. You know, I ran my usual errands like pet store and grocery store. We ended up doing a lot of cleaning. One of the things that we stopped using years ago on our back door, we have a back sliding door that's a double doors that are glass that slide with a screen. That's how we get into our backyard.
Who fucking
it's
cares?
a beautiful view of all this forest area and a dog walking park that we have behind our house, and we love it because we put out like a little suet block on our fence and a little cage that hangs there. We get all kinds of creatures that come by, birds and squirrels and all kinds of stuff, and wild nature out there. It's a really beautiful view, the best we've ever had, and it's very quiet because we don't have a street near us. But we have had busted blinds on this door for many, many, many years. They are just sliding plastic blinds. You could tell they were installed in the 1990s when the house was built. We hate them. Since the day I moved in, I knew that they were garbage because they started falling off and cracking and breaking. And the funny part about this is, think about how stupidly designed this was. There's hanging plastic blinds, okay, on top of a vent on the floor that cannot be closed. So whenever we're turning on the heat or there's air circulation with our system, it blows the blinds and the blinds start flapping all over the place, making tons of noise. So why the hell would you ever want that? It doesn't make sense. It's like two idiots designed parts of the house and never thought that, oh, maybe having a vent under where these fucking blinds are going to be doesn't make sense, so we shouldn't put blinds there, right? So anyway, they're trash. And they, like I said, they've been breaking and falling apart. We don't even use them. We had them all drawn to the side and not used for ages. And finally, we were like, we want to fully clean the house. So we were like cleaning everything. And my wife was cleaning fully the doors. And I said, we're going to take these damn blinds down. We don't use them. They're just here in the way. So I did. And it wasn't that big of a deal. It took maybe about a half an hour. But it was just hilarious. You're looking at 1990s technology, and you're like, I bet these people knew they were nice. But you can tell they're made of like cheaper plastic, and you know that within a few years these things are gonna get brittle, they're gonna stain, they're gonna break. Like, they're not meant for long-term use. So why on earth would anyone even make them? Like, either make them of wood, which will be way more durable and will be way more, you know, useful, or just make cloth blinds, which a lot of people do. They have like curtains or shades that are made of cloth. Duh. Why would you even make these shitty plastic blinds? I have no idea. They're just really horribly designed. So we got rid of them. And it took a little bit, you know, that it was older design, so it's weird because the track is blocking the screw to take it down. Yeah, it didn't make any sense. So what I had to do is pry the track off of these like clips that they were on. It was just really weirdly designed, but I got rid of it. And we're thinking about getting something cheap, like how you get those bars that you can screw and then they fit, you know, a doorway or a window, excuse me, and then you can get like just cheap like curtains. We might do something like that. Like, we'd like to get better ones, but it's gonna be expensive. And quite frankly, if I'm going to be getting expensive curtains, I need to get them for this office, because these blinds over here are completely like destroyed. They won't even, if I pull them up, they won't even come down anymore, and they don't even work that well. I'm thinking, you know, eventually we're going to get blackout curtains for this room. So we're thinking about getting something very cheap, like a cheap curtain rod, and just, you know, cheaper curtains, and just doing something like that. But it was awesome because when we got rid of them, Jasper immediately took to it. He started running to the back door. He's like, oh, these aren't in the way anymore, and he's like fully investigating, and he loves looking into the backyard. So he was having a good time with it. Anyway, outside of that, my wife has been trying out a new game that came out on Game Pass the other day called Lightyear Frontier. For those who have never heard of it, it is a game that is a combination of factors. It kind of feels in some ways like Minecraft, but then it kind of feels like Subnautica, but then it kind of feels like a bunch of other games. Essentially, what you are a stranded space person, and you have a mech, and you use this mech to do all this stuff like crafting, gathering, farming, building, exploring. Okay? There are no enemies in this game. This game is meant to only be an exploration game, more of a chill game. And it has really nice, relaxing music and pretty good graphics. Also, a lot of unique space creatures are on the planet that you can befriend and basically feed, and they give you resources and things. It's a neat game, but it's an early access, and it shows. There's a few things in the game that don't work right. Like, for example, there's no clear-cut explanation of the trees of stuff to design. So, for example, you'll be playing it, and it'll be like, oh, you need to make a lens. Okay, how do I do that? You gotta try to figure it out. It's like, well, to make a lens, you have to develop this device, like a furnace. You also have to find this rare mineral, but you can't get that rare mineral at the starter area. You have to unlock a new area of the map by exploring and doing all of this. Once you get that mineral, you have to refine it. Then you put it in the furnace. Then you can do this, and then you get the lens. But the game doesn't say any of that. So how would I know? It's early access, so they don't have like a guide or a step-by-step instructional thing in the game to tell you how to do anything. So you just gotta kind of either figure it out by literally trial and error, which could take you dozens of hours to figure this out.
I mean, what's on your mind?
That's how exploration works, you fucking moron.
Exactly, you learn by doing, you experiment, you try things yourself. Most people know that you can try and just make something like glass, and then from that you can try and make other things. And you basically...
But there was no guiding light to tell you how to make glass from sand.
He needs his hand held in every aspect of life, even the most basic stuff. And Phil has played Minecraft, so he'll know how to make glass from Minecraft. He didn't think to apply that same kind of logic and kind of gameplay kind of pattern towards this game, even as a test, I don't know. Mind you, apparently, according to him, he didn't really play it. He watched Cat play it, it seems.
Go into the chat, grab that video I put in there, and play it.
Oh, God.
The one I put in there today.
Group chat?
Yeah, yellow paint.
Okay. Alright. Well, okay, I guess we'll see what this is. Jesus Christ. Bloody hell. Yeah.
Welcome to Phil's gameplay.
Pretty much spot on. Yeah, it's hard to deny. That's pretty much the kind of experience you would get from...
But it's literally, the yellow paint theory is basically... obviously, journalists, like, it's prevalent in, like, Resident Evil.
Yeah, there's a lot of action platform games where it's like, oh, you can jump up to this thing, follow yellow paint thing. Yeah, this kind of thing. Yeah, it's just a little indicator. Yeah.
The God of War stuff, the thing that fills it, that was a yellow paint.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's prominent in quite a few games, as you say. You know, I mean, just trying handhold the player. Because it seems like gamers these days lack the mental faculties to try and figure things out by themselves without something to hold their hand. And not every gamer has stream chat hold their hands like Phil Burnell does.
No wonder he hates the Binding of fucking Isaac.
Oh God, yeah, for sure. That's basically... a lot of that game is RNG as well, so there's no real set way to tell you how to do it. It's just luck of the draw.
And it's a fantastic game.
It looks fun. It certainly looks fun. I don't know if I'd want to play it myself, but it looks fun.
Oh, you should play it. It is so much fun.
It would drive me bonkers, I think. I've seen people play it and it seems good, but yeah. Also, apparently I missed a Chair Creek, so I just tick that.
Burger.
There we go.
Or you can look it up online for people who had early access, and I guess we're given some of the information by the game devs. And I mean, if you're just sitting there with a guide playing a relaxing game, it's not that relaxing anymore, right? So the game is good, the graphics are good, it's very relaxing.
If you're just sitting there with a guide playing the game, it's not that relaxing anymore. I don't understand that logic.
And did he not just sit there with guides early in his career?
For the first few years of his YouTube existence, he relied on guides, and then stream chat replaced guides.
Steve, I want him to play Hollow Cure.
Jesus, man.
Just sitting there with a guide playing relaxing.
On you go, sorry.
I want to see him react to Hollow Cure, which is basically Vampire Survivors but done better.
I mean, who knows? Maybe one of his dent heads will be up tomorrow sometime.
For people who had early access, and I guess we're given some of the information by the game devs. And I mean, if you're just sitting there with a guide playing a relaxing game, it's not that relaxing anymore, right? So the game is good, the graphics are good, it's very relaxing, but it does have some problems with things that are kind of missing from this kind of game. And there are some game bugs too. Like every once in a while, it says it's raining weed seeds. And what it is seeds are coming out of the ground with these helicopters. You ever seen those seeds that come off of a certain kind of tree? And it looks like almost like helicopter blades and they zip down like this. So a bunch of those come out of the sky. And what you're supposed to do is suck up all the seeds. Well, Cat's playing it, and it says, oh, the seeds are coming down. She's like, there's no seeds. What are you talking about? And then it says, oh, event ended. She's like, I don't know what happened. And then later on, she was looking up in the sky, and way up in the sky, you could see like 40, 50 seeds were stuck. They got stuck up there, and whatever was supposed to remove to make them drop never did. So there's like a giant clump of seeds just floating in the sky endlessly, and she can't reach them. So, I mean, that's what happens with early access games. It looks, by the way, the game doesn't seem early access when you start playing it. It definitely looks like a polished experience. The graphics are quite good, and the music is very relaxing, and it feels like a completed game until you get like maybe, I'd say about 10 hours in, and then you start to see it gets rough around the edges. Like the early parts are done, and the later parts are not so much.
So Cat has already played the game for the equivalent of 4 streams or so. He is 10 hours into this apparently. Already.
Warren, I swear he said that as well.
Yeah, it did sound a lot like weed seeds. I agree. But I'll just let him cook.
I would say the distinct difference between this game and other games of this style There's no enemies at all in Lightyear Frontier. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm getting attacked and I need to defend myself or build defenses. And also, there's no eating mechanics. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I need to have food to eat. You're more growing stuff so you can craft future stuff. So it's definitely a lot more relaxing of a game. And if you have Game Pass, I recommend it if you're looking for this style of game where you just want to kind of chill and unwind while you play a game. It seems pretty good. But again, you're going to hit a point where you're going to probably have to look a lot of stuff up for it. So perhaps later on down the line this year, if you guys want me to try out a new chill streaming game, again, remember when I played Subnautica and it worked for a while? I think this game works in that regard. And by the way, they're obviously going to keep updating it. This is early access. So perhaps, you know, in a few months, the game would have a lot more features to make it feel like a finished game and it would be even better. Okay. So there you go. So anyway, she played a lot of that yesterday.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
And we also, you know, came into the office here and made 2 characters for my Dragon's Dogma 2 playthrough. I made my main character, and she made a pawn for me. Okay, the main pawn.
And he didn't think to himself, this might be a good thing to record for my on-demand audience. So even though I'm not doing it live, they could enjoy the creation aspect of it, of their own leisure.
Now, I'm not going to spoil at all. Obviously, I want you to be here for the playthrough after this podcast, or if you're watching on demand, check out the video later today to see the characters. All I'm going to say is this. Wow, that character creator is one of the most complex I've ever seen in my life, okay? And again, without spoiling, I think you guys are going to, some people's jaws are going to drop when they see what I came up with, okay? There you go. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so Dragon's Dogma 2 coming later today, and I'm excited for that. Outside of that, so we did something really weird that we never would usually do for food yesterday. We're looking at everything. We're like, man, you know, we've had Asian recently. We've had Mexican food recently. We've done Indian. We're just kind of burned out on all the things that usually we would get. All right, what's something we absolutely never, ever, ever get?
Healthy food.
Fried chicken. Never. We never eat it. And we're like, why not just go crazy one day and just do it just for variety? I'm like, well, if we're going to get fried chicken, where would you get it from? KFC's terrible. We're not going to get that shit. So we started looking around. There's a few local places. But we actually found out that you can get this like family dinner pack from Popeyes. And it's not what you think. You think a family dinner pack, we're probably gonna get a bunch of, you know, chicken, right? Well, we wanted to do something different. So we actually got this pack. They just got wings, chicken wings. They just started it like recently. It got to their menu. So basically what you do is you can get 2 different flavors of chicken wings and a chicken sandwich each. And then you can order, like, you get a side with it too. And it's like a combo pack. We're like, you know what? What the hell? Let's just try it. You know, we haven't had their wings ever because they're new. The chicken sandwich I had many years ago, if you remember, after the Popeyes sandwich craze finally ended, I got it for DSP Tries It, and I thought it was all right. I wasn't in love with it, but I understood why so many people probably liked it. So we ordered this, and we ordered 2 flavors of wings. It was honey barbecue and sweet and spicy wings. And they were all right, okay? They weren't the best. They weren't the worst. I have this weird thing about wings today because wings, just so you know, first of all, chicken wings are literally supposed to be chicken wings. I don't know how many of you know that, but chicken wings are actually supposed to be the wing. Today, they'll give you any piece of the chicken, as long as it's small and bite-sized, they call it a chicken wing, and it's not. You know, they sell the little chicken drumsticks, that's a wing. It's not, it's a drumstick. I get it, but it's not a wing. Like, they're calling it wrong. If you used to go and get chicken wings, you would literally get a plate of wings. You don't get that anymore. So all it is various pieces of the chicken. And here's the other weird thing. Everyone breads them now, which I don't understand. Classic chicken wings, they don't bread them at all. It's fried, but usually what they do is they season and dry rub it, or they put it in a sauce, and it has that flavor cooked into the skin of the chicken. So it's supposed to be a crispy chicken skin, and then you can dip it in something else to add more flavor if you like, or to have a contrasting flavor. Today, all it is breaded chicken. And like, that's not a chicken wing. That's not even the recipe of how to make a chicken wing. They just breaded a small piece of chicken and claim like it's a chicken wing. So what they do is they probably make a ton of these, and then they just toss it in a box and they pour sauce on it and they shake the box. So a little disappointing because you actually want like a chicken wing that's cooked in the sauce, and it's totally not. Okay. So the first one was honey barbecue, and it was pretty good. It had a little bit of a sweetness to the barbecue flavor, and it also had a little bit of a spice. And then the sweet and spicy basically kind of tasted like a sweet and sour sauce from, say, like almost like an Asian style restaurant, like a Chinese restaurant, just again shaking on the wings. Now, they weren't bad, but again, they weren't great. I wish that they were a little bit juicier and there was more meat. The problem with modern chicken wings is they literally have almost no meat on them. So you're sitting there getting completely dirty trying to eat it, you know, and you're like, oh my God, I got like one bite of meat in that whole freaking piece. Now I gotta get to the next piece, you know. So basically, it was decent. Now the chicken sandwich I've had it before. I knew what it was gonna be, and it was all right. It wasn't amazing. It was all right. We ended up getting the Cajun fries as our side, and the Cajun fries are crispy and tasty. So it was decent, and we're like, wow. It was interesting because we literally never do this. We never would order.
Hey, it's our first bingo of the game because Phil said interesting.
Thank you, BS2.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Ah, bloody hell, he is having an in-depth critique review of Popeye's chicken. It is, oh god, it's not that deep, Phil. What did you expect from Popeyes? But I like
BST
Popeyes.
just does it perfectly.
Yeah, as Popeyes, what the fuck did you expect? Exactly.
Oh my dog! What's up?
If you want a variety of wings, go support local places. They may do shit differently.
Right, exactly. And big ups to Mokiness for a super chat. It says, "Oh my god, shut the fuck up about wings." He is talking
This
way
is not
too
about
much about this.
this is not of redemption though.
Oh yeah, exactly. At least he's not talking about lol cow wings. He's always
Fuck
talking
off
about
before anyone boos at
the
that.
food style. He's always talking about the food style wings, not the lol cow wings.
Being tasty. So it was decent, and we're like, wow, it was interesting because we literally never do this. We never would order like a fried chicken food meal because it's not good for you, you know. But we just went totally in a different direction. We were looking at some of the other meals, and it's like the 12-piece family pack with all this shit. Like, oh my god, 12 pieces of greasy ass fried chicken. That's way too much. You know, you're not gonna do anything like that. They do have chicken nuggets, and I've heard people say the chicken nuggets at Popeyes are really, really good. And you know, you get like a bunch of dipping sauces. We're considering maybe in the future trying those, but the chicken wings are okay. They're not amazing. They're not bad. They're just kind of middle of the road for us. Yeah, Haley says try Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings. I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings. It's terrible, at least out here. I think it's way overpriced and not good. But people do tell us about Wingstop. You know, you guys have mentioned it. Wingstop, we've never been to it. There is a Wingstop here. We just never went to it because we're not into wings that much. But maybe now we would try it. I have to think about it. Anyway, so we did that for dinner. And I mean, that was essentially our day off. There's really nothing else to say. I think.
Go.
Lolcow wings, prepare for disappointment.
For God's sake, no. So apparently he's got a new wings place to try, which he's been recommended, but he's not had a chance to go there yet. I guess I know what's coming up when the next DSP tries it. I gotta go to the much hyped, fan recommended wings place so I can try and see what these wings are all about. And really,
who fucking cares?
I mean, it's a big fucking deal. Well, sometimes we eat food, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's meh. No, that's it. That's essentially it. It's not. That is literally all there is to it.
At night we were watching someone do a playthrough of Horizon Forbidden West. We just every once in a while we just turn on a random playthrough now just to relax at night and we watch it for like an hour before we go to sleep. So, that was Phil's day off. Very exciting, as you know. I mean, you guys die to hear that story every week, right? Today is the release of Dragon's Dogma 2. And there's good news and bad news. The good news being that everyone playing it is basically saying the game is superb. Like, it's a huge improvement to the original game from over a decade ago. It has some modernizations, but it still has that feeling of openment and wonder where you explore and you either can run into awesome stuff or get your ass handed to you because the game doesn't tell you which direction to go, and you can wander into a tough group of enemies that just smack you around. That's exactly how the original game was, by the way.
The bad news is
I'm
Phil
curious how it's
playing
going to go. And, you know, I want to see, hopefully, how it translates into a playthrough that you guys will like.
Okay. Dashi, you stay awake and stay alive for the next few minutes. I'm going to be right back. Yeah, I'm going to be right back. I need to try and get myself sorted for dinner. Just make sure I'm going to get it okay. So basically, I need to fetch my dinner. But yeah, this is how late I am. I'm not even fucking ate yet. But yeah, you're in charge for the next few minutes. You listen out for any snorts and burps, whatever. Don't let the audience bully you now. Remember audience, it's Dashi's birthday tomorrow, so don't be mad. Don't be mean to him. Dashi's in charge.
Chat, keep the regular burps and snorts counter at any words that he says, because I can't mark off the card.
Yeah, and D-Dog, no, I'm not getting wings. I am not eating wings, no. Good one, though.
But most of the feedback is positive. Where the negative feedback is coming from is the graphical performance and the PC edition. First of all, I'm just going to say this to everyone out there. Once again, this is a case of people need to stop believing that games are always designed for PC. They're not. Capcom is not a PC-centric game developer. They never have been. Most of the time, they're developing for console first, and then they're porting to PC. They're not specifically designing games for PC. So usually when a Capcom game comes out, the PC version is inferior. This has been par for the course for a long time for Capcom, yet here we are, like the 12th time this has happened in a row, and people are like, oh, I can't believe the game doesn't run that well on PC, and it has de novo piracy, anti-protection bullshit and everything. It's like, this always happens. Like, literally always on PC, the Capcom game underperforms. Will they eventually fix it? Probably. They probably will end up patching it and improving it. But I don't get why people still are thinking that the PC version will be the best. Now, for what I'm to understand, graphically, if the game runs on your PC, it runs really well, and that's the best version. When it comes to the console versions, the game runs around 30 frames per second. Now, get this. Now, this is such a rarity. On the PlayStation 5, It tries to run at a steady 30 frames, but actually chugs and goes down to the 20s during combat. On the Xbox Series X, it runs better. It actually runs 40 frames per second during combat, which is like significantly more frames than on the PS5. And why? I don't understand, because this never happens. It's almost always in favor of PS5, this console gen. For some weird reason,
as a star scratch,
for this particular game. So if you buy the Xbox version, or the Series X version, I should say, you're probably going to get a better experience. Now, you might say, now, why isn't it running at 60 frames? I agree with you. I think every freaking game that we buy today should be running at 60 frames. But I talked about this the other day. Sadly, I think the real reason is because all of these game developers are aiming for 4K resolution, which is stupid. I would love some research done, all right, of people who are serious gamers, who buy games and play them to completion. How many people are using a 4K TV or monitor for every game? I would love to hear this feedback. I'm willing to bet, and I'm not shitting you, probably less than a third are actually playing at 4K. Or an even better question, how many people even know what resolution they play on? Because most people these days have everything auto-adjusted, so they don't fucking know what they're doing. They just pump the game in and boot it. They probably don't even know what resolution they're watching on. So why are we forcing an entire game industry to pump out a graphical fidelity that most people don't even know they're looking at and don't care, right? And because of that, our whole game industry is being effed up.
Who fucking cares? I'm back. What did I miss?
Star Scratch, Fuck, and I think One Snort.
Star Scratch, Fuck, and One Snort. There you go.
I think One Snort. I'm not sure on that one.
No burps yet at all?
None.
Aye, fascinating. Anyway, cheers for keeping track, guys. I am back. I have dinner. I am happy.
Can't even get games running at 60 frames, and yet we're worried about 8K coming out? Who the fuck cares about 8K?
Who fucking cares?
So, that being said, the game does... Also, there's another thing to be said as well. It runs on the RE engine, which it's funny because they call it RE engine, and I should say it's Resident Evil engine, right? They're like, oh no, it's the RE engine. I'm like, but you know it stands for Resident Evil, right? Like, they made it for Resident Evil. But I guess technically it's the RE engine. Whatever. Anyway, so this RE engine, people are guessing, now that Dragon's Dogma 2 is out, this engine is made for smaller scale games, right? More narrow experiences. It's not meant for an open world rendering, right? And people are guessing that's probably why the game has frame rate issues as well. You're using a graphical engine that was directly designed by Capcom for Capcom games only. It's their proprietary engine. It's a great engine. I mean, take a look at Resident Evil 7 and 8. Take a look at Street Fighter 6. These games look absolutely superb, right? But take a look at those experiences, right? It's basically a situation where they definitely are, how can I say? It's meant for a on-rails kind of experience. Not to say that Resident Evil 7 or 8 or Resident Evil 4 Remake were on rails, but you understand what I'm saying? Here's your boundaries. You're not going to leave these boundaries during a set period of time. A game like Dragon's Dogma, where it's an open world and you can explore and it's got to render all this shit on the fly, it's not really meant for that. And because of that, what ends up happening is the world chugs along a bit. And that's why the frame rate dips. So I would think if you're in a dungeon, it probably runs better. And then when you go back to the overworld, it's not as good. What sucks is this game has a huge overworld, just like Dragon's Dogma 1, huge overworld. I get the feeling it's going to suffer a little bit because of that. I'll admit, again, I think every game today should be running at 60 frames. The fact that I'm going to be playing every other video game I'm playing right now at 60 frames, when I go to play Dragon's Dogma 2, it's going to be going down to 30. It's going to be jarring. It really will. It's going to be like, oh.
Oh my god, I just thought, did anyone warn Prophet about the tech talk that Phil had on Wednesday? Because Prophet kind of missed a lot of Wednesday stream. And Phil kind of went into a lot of what he would believe is detailed descriptions of what he believes is technical talk. And the whole time I was watching Phil try and just randomly bullshit his way through that narrative, I was thinking, if Prophet hears this, he's going to make a video. Like, he'll need to make a video about how to debunk Phil about his bullshit fucking narrative that he has about, oh, this is why game developers they fucking went too far too soon and all that shit, and like, you know, they're making 4K things where they're not even mastering 1080p and all that jazz. Yeah, so yeah, nobody tell Prophet, okay? Nobody tell Prophet, because he's just gonna fucking trigger him and force him to make more videos debunking and Phil's bullshit.
You know, my eyes, I gotta get used to this again. So, I definitely feel like perhaps Capcom should have done a little better in the graphical department, from what I'm hearing. All right, now obviously I'll make my judgments when I start playing the game today. But outside of that, like, no one's complaining about the gameplay. Everyone's saying, yes, the world is great, the gameplay elements are good, the story's pretty good. It's just the graphics that everyone's complaining about. And then on PC, Capcom got that weird de nouveau copyright protection bullshit. It's not copyright protection, it's anti-piracy, right? And I guess a lot of people hate it. I guess it screws with people's PCs. It can make the game crash. It could fuck with other things. And if so many people hate it, why in the holy hell Capcom would put it into the game, I have no idea. I just don't get it. That doesn't make sense. If the entire industry and the community agrees this is a shitty thing, why does Capcom continue to put it into their PC versions of their games? I don't know. I don't think I can even justify it. I think it's a stupid move by some manager, right? Some big wig at the company. We must have, no one can pirate our games. We must have it in there, and stupid shit.
I mean, if it's effective against piracy, I imagine that might be the primary reason. That could be the number one reason. Even if it doesn't, even if it has some side effects or sometimes being a bit weird and glitchy for people, if it's effective against piracy, that might be the sole factor as to why they persist in using it. That's just my theory.
The last thing that people are kind of freaking out about are microtransactions, because apparently you can buy your way into success in this game. I guess they're called something crystals or something like that, and I guess it's the currency of the game. So you could just sit there dumping money, and then you can go in there and buy a ton of shit in the game that's going to make the game way easier. So it is a pay-to-win situation, if that's your cup of tea.
I know it's yours. WWE Champions time, anyone?
But the thing is, and I'll say this, I've said this before, I'll say it again, it's not a competitive game, so I don't know why people care that much. If it were like pay to win and it were Street Fighter 6 online, I'd be like, that's complete bullshit. It should be skill based, not pay to win. If it were Call of Duty and you could buy new weapons no one else could get, so you win online, that's bullshit. This is a single player RPG experience. It doesn't make sense that people would freak out that there's microtransactions. They're just in there for Capcom to make some more profit for those who wish to spend, but they're not necessary. And everything. Capcom has made it clear too, because people were in a big uproar overnight about these microtransactions. And Capcom said, just to make it clear, everything you can buy also is available in the game to earn for free, but you have to earn it by playing, whether you find it as loot or, you earn it as a crest reward. It's all available. There's nothing that's purchase exclusive. Okay. So once they say that, I should be, well, here's the one time where I would disagree with it. If they did something like, Lord of the Rings Shadow of War, remember that? Where what they did is they made it that at one point of the game, everything you've done in the game undoes, and you either have to redo it, grinding to do it, and it takes upwards of 15 hours, or you can just pay to skip it by buying your troops back. And I think that was bullshit. That was like, you literally have screwed me. You undid all the work I did in the last 20, 30 hours just to say, waste another 15 to see the ending or pay to win. And by the way, the ending was awful. The ending was super bad of that game. So literally that was pay $15 just to see a shitty cutscene ending that's not very enjoyable at all. So the way I see it, as long as that's not the case, which I'm being told this is not, it's just you buy items in the game that, make the RPG easier. I don't see the problem with the transactional nature of the DLC in this game. This is not a situation like Street Fighter Cross Tekken over a decade ago, where there were characters in the game on the fucking disc ready to go, and they said, hey, if you want those characters, you have to pay us money, because that's the meta of the game, but unless you don't pay, then you can't use the characters, you'll never play it competitively. Like, that was the worst case ever for Capcom, in my opinion, when it comes to DLC. In this case, you're just getting the items earlier that you can earn in the game anyway, so I don't really see the problem. But anyway, I guess we'll see what happens in regards to this, okay? As I play, I'm sure I'll have commentary on it as well. We'll probably check out the store and laugh at how ridiculous it is, right? Anyway, I'm definitely excited today to play it for you guys all day long. And like I said, once we finish with Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon, which hopefully both we can finish this week. If not, we're so close, we're finishing it the first week of April by far. There's no way it's going to be longer than that. Then we can fully focus on this as a playthrough, which I'm stoked. I really liked the first one. The first one I felt had some flaws, but I really liked it. And the fact that we're going to do this interactively this time, instead of me just sitting around playing it by myself, I think it's going to make it a better experience. I hope it doesn't suffer from people come for 1 or 2 streams and they never come back, which is what happened with Final Fantasy VII. I played it for 2 streams and people liked it, and then after that it was like no one cared. And the game was dead every time I played it. I want to bring back Final Fantasy VII, but I don't even know how many people will come back for it. We'll have to see. But anyway, I'm excited. I hope you guys will join me all day today, and we'll go from there. Okay? Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, and everyone's favorite segment. And today, it's the most loaded segment of the show. It's time for DSP News. And we've got a ton of news to talk about today.
Cares?
All right? First of all, the biggest news of all, Larian Studios, the maker of Baldur's Gate 3, made a major announcement. They have come out and said, we are not making DLC for Baldur's Gate 3. We're not even making Baldur's Gate 4. In fact, we're never making a D&D game ever again. We've decided that we just want to do our own thing. What the? It's like a punch to the face. Boom. What? You literally just made the best game of the year. A game that other game devs are complaining about because they're jealous of you and what you made. They're upset that people may have expectations that moving forward, all RPGs would have to live up to what you just made. And now you're deciding you just don't want to make the game, no DLC, no sequel, nothing. Holy shit. Now, some people are surmising what this means is that they may go back to, say, Divinity, which was the game they made before this, Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm gonna be honest, if that's the case, I hope that it keeps the production values that they had in Baldur's Gate 3, because I played Divinity and I got about 60 hours in and I couldn't proceed. I was bored to tears, and so was everybody else. At least with Baldur's Gate 3, it had enough production value to make it feel like an awesome narrative experience with big cutscenes and everything, when Divinity didn't have any of that, right? So hopefully whatever they do next ends up being good. But the thing is, people were completely godsmacked by this. They were like, what? We were so hoping that because it did so well that you...
And there's another example of Phil butchering a word. It is gobsmacked. G-O-B. B for bitch, not godsmacked. Godsmacked, I think, is the name of a band. I'm pretty sure...
You need to smack in the gob, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. I need to, you know, smack that bitch up right there. But yeah, he is saying godsmacked like it's a fucking normal term to use when people are shocked. It is not, Phil. It is not.
We're gonna make more because we loved seeing D&D come out this way, and now, I mean, D&D, man, they're fucked. First they had a movie, right? What was it? Like Honor Among Thieves? The movie was absolutely outstanding, and apparently it tanked at the box office and no one saw it. That movie is superb. If you didn't see the Honor Among Thieves movie, I strongly recommend it. It's got an excellent cast, a well-written plot, and it takes fantasy elements and makes them fun for a modern audience. I can't believe so many people didn't see the movie. It's that good. And now here they go. Game of the Year is a D&D game. Oh, by the way, the game developer's dropping out and not making it anymore. So now it's like D&D is left holding their own bag. You know, they have their IP, but who do you give it to next? Because you think anyone's going to live up to the expectations that now Larian has created for if they make a Baldur's Gate.
And maybe that's why Larian walked away from it, because how are they meant to fucking improve on that? They made what they wanted to fucking make, and they done an amazing job of it in one game a year. And it's like any future development on that game, are you meant to top what was the best game of the year? Especially if you haven't got the fucking desire and passion to try and keep going on with it. So yeah, fair play to them. They know when to stop and they know when to move on. Not a lot of people do know that sort of thing, Phil. A lot of people try and fucking ride it into the fucking ground until it can go no more.
Or they're kind of fucked. So that kind of sucks for anyone who likes D&D, and for anyone who spent an insane amount of effort trying to learn the lore of Baldur's Gate 3. Well, you probably just wasted your time, because there ain't no Baldur's Gate 4 from Larian, which means the next one will probably suck, and you probably wasted your time learning all that shit. It's sad, man. Because hey, listen, I'm one of them. I spent...
You're not. No, you're fucking not. Stop pretending like you're fucking upset about this. Stop pretending like you fucking care about D&D games. You fucking hate the formats, Phil. You hate the RNG format. You hate the fucking bullshit you fucking call all the fucking poor game design aspects of it. You can't stand it.
I'm almost 130 hours into my playthrough trying to finish it. I learned so much lore about D&D that I'll probably never use again ever in my whole lifetime. So, wow, what a great investment of time that was, huh?
Considering that every single stream you've had of that game has made you over $100 in tips, then yes, it has actually been a good investment for you.
I also want to argue the fact that it creates
Hold on,
memories. Sorry.
Anyway.
Any RPG style adventure, even I've done tabletop, I've done games. I still remember my first Star Wars RPG, which ended up because the game master was fantastic. We traumatized a woman, trying to save her because a Wookiee jumped from a tree and flipped the truck she was in.
That's pretty badass.
We also wanted to convert the Wookiee into a Darth Vader type just so we could increase his crit bonuses.
Jesus, man.
But it's just stuff like memories and that.
Interesting.
Sorry.
So I just seen a super chat, sorry. Plop of a super chat in Phil's chat. Your editors for DSP Throwback use uncredited content. I wonder if Phil's going to ban that or ignore it. I want to see if it gets leaned, because we have lean and ban on the card tray. So I'm keeping a wee eye on this to make sure if it gets leaned. It does. It got leaned. There it go. It just vanished. We can take off lean and ban. Hooray.
Hooray.
Sorry,
another thing I will always remember. They used to do free RPG days. Basically, in person, you get a taste of an RPG. On Instinct, when I saw literally like a mist, a living mist, I got a bonus point for basically telling it to do a striptease.
Jesus Christ. Kill him.
No, it made the entire group fall out laughing, and that's how I got the point.
Q-Limp has his own though, taking it in a Star Wars game. One of the least interested players that didn't feel like playing, only there for their boyfriend, asked if she could make our drugs more addictive. So, There's an interesting way to approach the game as well.
Moments like that, it's adventures like that that make RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons style stuff entertaining.
I just love it. Phil was pretending that he suddenly fucking cares about D&D style stuff, especially games, whatever. Phil, you would need to have like a friend group, I guess, and more experience playing those games to really enjoy that. Phil, you have no. Who are you going to play with? You going to fucking play with Cat and Jasper, or something? You going to fucking invite one of the fucking cute neighboured squirrels that fucking roam around your backyard to fucking be the fourth player or something? Phil, you have nobody in your fucking life to enjoy these experiences with. When you play the game online for yourself, you've got your whole chat hand-holding you, whereas you let them basically play the game for you. You take none of it in usually. You're confused about what some of the things do in the game. You're confused about some of the impacts that these various items and skills have, even though fucking people have told you time and time again about what they're fucking used for. You don't seem to have the desire and passion for it, and here you are, Phil, pretending to your audience, oh, it's a fucking shame because I've been playing the game for this long as well and they're not going to make it anymore. Phil, the only thing you'll miss about this is basically the money. You're not going to miss the experience of playing the fucking game, Phil. You've played Game of the Year for 2023. Your takeaway from this is, oh, I'm not going to get as much tips anymore. That's essentially it.
If I ended up in a RPG with Phil, the one thing I would do is I would invoke the Henderson scale of plot derailment, which is an amazing thing you need to look up. It's legitimate, and it's basically because the GM wasn't nice, and so one player decided to take it to the absolute extreme, and like a Cult of Cthulhu game, and he basically just goes, yeah, I win. And he has a 300-page book explaining all of his character's deeds and traits, and it's just brilliantly done because he goes through it all.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was a bit
just to fuck with the DM.
I was a bit distracted by what Mr. sent me there, so I just shared it on the screen. Now, Mr. sent me this. Mr. sent me this picture with the caption, the caption of what was his caption to things? The caption was most games Capcom develop aren't PC centric. I mean, what is this from? I recognize what it is, and I can visualize what the image is, like the normal image, but I'm trying to think what it's from. You any notions is what it's from? Or I'm trying to think like what it's from. It feels like it's a it's a Norman it's a Norman Rockwell painting. Yeah, we can see that his name's in the fucking top corner. Yeah. But I'm trying to think. Meester says I found it on. Oh, so it wasn't you that made this, Meester. You found it on Twitter. That was me thinking Meester was kind of flexing his creativity a little bit there and went and moved on from the Freck stuff. But I guess maybe not. And Steve Dead is now doxed his brother by saying, "Oh God, it kind of looks like my brother." Steve Dead's brother, everyone, looks like this kind of. Look out for this person. And if they're carrying a Lucasade bottle, it's probably them.
Support should just come naturally, okay? I just want to have fun, way more fun. I just want to have fun.
Oh balls! I was fucking muted the whole time. My bad. I was muted the whole time. I don't know if I was muted the whole entire time, but yeah, this has to stream. There we go. I was basically just fucking saying, "Aye, Steve, you look like fucking Phil a little bit when the light is very bad for you and good for Phil."
I gotta blow my nose, so I'm just pausing the recording for a second, everybody.
For fuck's sake. He's paused the fucking thing. Do we have stand up on the card? Ah, we don't. If we can hear him blow his nose. Hold on. Can we hear him blow his nose? That's a bit of a weird noise if you hear it. I don't think we can hear him blow his nose. Balls. I was really hoping we could hear him blow his nose, but nah. The filters are too good.
Right, here we go. Excuse me. Oh, this is a good story. Let's continue. Okay, everybody, continuing on with the news. Our next story is pretty interesting. It's about Destiny 2. And for those who don't know, because you don't follow Destiny 2, well, I don't blame you because a lot of people don't anymore. A lot of people have fallen off of this game. Still does have a pretty big community that follows it, though. All right. And a few days ago, they were doing this presentation over the internet on stage. They were on a stage presenting new content and stuff like that. And while they were doing this, I guess they were actually running Destiny 2, you know, the client on PC on stage. And so some people found out that you could troll them by sending them like Steam invites or something like that. Like, I guess they hadn't turned off the pop-ups for this. And they started sending them Steam invites with racist stuff, like the N-word and stuff like that. Okay? So literally, they're trying to do a professional presentation about their upcoming content in Destiny 2, and they've got N-word messages popping up behind them, and they don't even realize that it's happening. Okay? So obviously, this made headlines. People were like, you know, Bungie doesn't know what the hell they're doing. I can't believe that they would have this on their stream or whatever. You know, thousands of people tuning in, and they've got racist stuff all over the stream. So in an unprecedented move, Bungie has permanently banned the players who sent them those harmful notifications. So they, you know, I mean, as stupid and immature it is, how did those people not realize that their names were going to be on those messages, right? I mean, obviously their name was going to be attached to it. So they went and they banned a whole ton of people based off of the troll messages they sent during the live stream. And I just find it funny because in modern day, I mean, this trolling shit, obviously people just do it now to get away with it and do whatever they can. I mean, we got people running on stage at award shows that don't even belong there, right? I'm happy that they are taking action because at the very least, it sets an example and a precedent. If this happens and they just let it go, then basically people think, oh, then it's okay to just keep doing it, right? Oh, we'll just keep doing it over and over. That's fine then. They don't want that message. They want people to know, no, this is serious. You shouldn't be fucking with this kind of stuff. You know, this is a stream to thousands of people who are very interested in the game. And the fact that you're deciding to act like this is not, you know, it's not right. It's not allowed. It's really messed up. So I'm happy that they took action. I'm very happy that they've done something here to, you know, at least show, hey, don't do this. You're going to get banned. But I mean, it's kind of silly. They're supposed to be a top AAA game dev, and they weren't smart enough to know that people could message them and do that on their professional stream to thousands of people all over the world about the future content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know about Bungie. I've been saying for years that they fell off. Halo was their best stuff. Destiny has not been good, and it just keeps getting worse. And I don't know. I mean, from what I understand, a lot of the people from back then already left the company. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, who are you if I can critique about other people's fucking professionalism? You call yourself a fucking pioneer of making let's play gameplay content. So really, going by your logic, shouldn't you be one of the top streamers out there? Because you've been doing it for so goddamn long, because you helped pioneer gameplay content on YouTube, shouldn't you be a lot fucking better at what you do than you are now? I mean, of all the people that complain about other people's professionalism, look who is fucking talking.
The people who were left at Bungie are just a shell of what they used to be. I'm not surprised to hear that. I mean, following along that same line, our next story regards Bethesda, okay? And this story is in regards to Starfield. Wait till you hear this one. I'm going to read a lot of this word for word, so just for the record, this is from a Games Radar story that was published 2 days ago, and this one absolutely blew me away. Okay, are you ready for this one? Get ready for this one. Starfield lead says that the RPG's ending twist was a panic button idea to tie things together because the team was overbooked making everything else.
How about everyone relax and let me play the fucking game and stop derailing my stream? Maybe I don't give a fuck that someone maybe in here.
Hold on a second. So you're telling me that the brand new IP from Bethesda that was supposed to be the new flagship title that everyone was going to care about and love, right? This is going to be the new Elder Scrolls. This is going to be the new Fallout, okay? They didn't write the fucking ending. They literally were making the game and just flying by the seat of their pants and didn't know how it was going to end. I mean, new Star Wars trilogy much? How stupid can you be to have your flagship title that's supposed to bring your company back to prominence after very well-received games like Fallout 76 or Fallout 4, and the fact that you haven't had an Elder Scrolls in over a decade, right? How do you not have an ending? Don't even...
Was Fallout 4 under-received? I know Fallout 76 got a lot of flack, but wasn't Fallout 4 still quite popular enough?
4 was fine.
Yeah. I don't know why he's fucking hating on Fallout 4. 76 I perfectly understand because that was a bit of a fucking, you know, disaster, for sure. But, yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Well, like, Fallout 4 is perfectly fine. Well, apparently the stream's having some issues with audio. I have no idea, guys. I mean, hopefully it sounds good now.
Make the game until you have a complete story, right? Write the story, finish the story, then make the game. Don't fucking write the story as you're making the game and then fuck up the ending. Now, spoiler alert, because obviously an article like this has to cover the ending. So if you have not beaten Starfield or watched someone beat Starfield and you wish to be like surprised at it, I don't recommend that you listen to the rest of what I'm going to tell you, but just listen to this, okay? Speaking at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco recently, as part of a larger talk reflecting on the challenges and lessons from Bethesda's latest lengthy dev cycle, Starfield lead quest designer Will Shen, who since left Bethesda, said the ending was conceived out of necessity and urgency after the entire game reached a playable state and the lead developers noticed that it was lacking something. We were finally at a state in the project where we could play through the whole game, and it became very clear that we were missing the large final location that was going to tie the story together and have a satisfying action-filled payoff, Shen said. I was both implementing the main quest and leading the quest design team, so I had absolutely no time. The entire quest design team was already overbooked. If you're wondering exactly how an operation as complex and sophisticated as Bethesda Game Studios could essentially forget to add a proper ending until the last minute, well, according to Shen and former Fallout 76 lead level designer Daryl Bringer, who's also no longer at Bethesda, the sheer size of the 500-strong development team is partly to blame. It's more difficult than ever to know who does what or who you're supposed to be reporting to, Bringer said, with Shen adding that a large, spread-out team can sometimes lead to a silo effect in which every department is scrambling for resources and saying no to collaboration requests. According to Shen, this had the inadvertent consequence of favoring the department over the game itself. Every request now has to go through all of these producers because we need to check all the contingent work, Shen says. Asking for something as simple as a chair just wasn't even so simple. Do you need animations for that chair? Do you need sound effects for it? How much does it cost? And will it add to the schedule? Can it not fit because one of those teams just doesn't even have time to make it? Ultimately, Shen went to Starfield lead level designer Steve Cornett as a panic button, and Cornett came up with the idea that players would hop dimensions and revisit locations instead of Bethesda designing whole new locations for the finale. It's an efficient use of the game's world and a memorably offbeat spin on Bethesda's usual formula, even if it does arguably leave the few story threads hanging, but I guess that's dimension hopping for you. So essentially, what is this saying? It's very simple, all right? Bethesda has gotten too popular and grew too big and literally became a bloated monster that can no longer make games, which explains why their last 3 games sucked. Right? Literally, that's 100% exactly what they're saying here, okay?
Nope.
It's sad but true. Sometimes you grow too big for your own good. And many companies, this happens. Usually, it's like a food company. Like I think of like food franchises like Starbucks or Subway, where they get so big, they overexpand, their business model becomes unmanageable, the quality goes down, and now the whole business tanks. And this has actually happened both with Starbucks and with Subway. With Bethesda, they made so many good games. You know, they made 3 or 4 great Elder Scrolls games. Fallout 3 was a huge success. They even let another company make a spinoff in New Vegas. That was a huge success. And they let it get to their heads, and they just absolutely overexpanded. And because of that, you have 500 people working on a video game, and at every given moment, if you need something done, you've got to go through so many hoops. You've got to go through so much paperwork, so much bullshit just to get something basic done. Nothing gets done anymore, right? I mean, I tell you, yeah, they probably went into it, right? They probably totally went into it, saying things like, oh, you know, this will be our biggest game ever. It's biggest scope, biggest this, biggest that. Don't worry, we're good enough that we'll figure it out on the fly. We'll let this game evolve as we make it, right? That's not how you do a story. You just don't. When you have a story, you need to have a beginning. You need a beginning. That's a good one. A beginning, a middle, and an end. And you need to then maybe work out some details while you're working on it. But you need to know the story. It's called an outline. I can't imagine anyone trying to do anything narrative without actually having an outline of their narrative. It's just crazy to me. And the fact that they're making how many millions of dollars of this game, right? The budget was huge for Starfield. And they didn't have the story done. It just baffles me. They didn't know how they were going to end it. So it's just like, oh my God. Once you have your story set, then you can work on everything else and you can expand or you can retract, you know, you can do what you need to do to make it work in the constraints and the budget and the resources and the personnel, whatever you have, the talent pool, but you need the story or else you end up with the new Star Wars trilogy, which is exactly what happened with that. The first installment was absolutely amazing, right? The second installment floundered, and it felt like it was the end of the storyline. So why is there even a third movie? And then the third movie ends up being a bunch of bullshit because you don't need a trilogy anymore because you already ended your story in the second movie. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So, I mean, it's just awful. And how you didn't learn from stuff like that, you know? Like, as you're making this game, you see that happen. You see all the critical panning of the end of the trilogy, and you're like, well, we can't do that. We have to do something better than that. And then they just fucking do it. It's like, it's unfucking...
So, a lot of creators often have a story already planned when they make something, but a lot of times as well what will happen is they'll realise it is a mistake they need to correct and the story will have to change. Off the top of my head, randomly, this is a very random example off the top of my head. I believe I read one time about a Harry Potter book, can't mind which one it was. J.K. Rowling had introduced some character to challenge like Hermione as being like the smart person. I think it was like some sort of cousin of fucking Ron's or some pish, you know what I mean? And she's a fucking wee brainiac. And this is it's like Hermione's fucking rival when it comes to fucking being smart. That person got like deleted, essentially. Because it caused like a loophole, it caused a strange fucking thing to happen, so the story didn't make sense. So J.K. Rowling just said, okay, fuck this character's got to go, and I've got to change things here and there. Sometimes you can have a story prepared and finished and everything else. And no, it's I don't, I'll be honest, it's like Lone and Lovegood. I don't think it's Lone and Lovegood. The character apparently didn't appear at all, you know what I mean? So, like, so J.K. Rowling had something in mind, and the character's now deleted essentially because it didn't help make sense for things in the plot, however. So yeah, that's what happens. So sometimes you can have like you can have a story ready and planned out, and then you can go on to write the thing to go with the general story and plot you've got in mind, and then you've got to change it. Games as well, especially games like Fallout, games that have multiple endings. This is not just like one sort of straight line linear fucking thing he's talking about. Fallout has multiple endings. You can have different variety of ways to complete the game and different factions and all that jazz. I mean, what was Project 7's ending? Did I have a complete story? Was it ever a fully, fleshed out story of what was meant to happen with that bullshit? Maybe at the end of Project 7, Respect the Black got paid. Who knows?
Unbelievable. Like, holy shit, dude. Yikes. It's not hard to believe if you have 500 people working on a game and literally, oh, well, we need a chair made. Well, we got to contact this department and wait 4 days for a response. Then they got to contact the animations team, the audio team, this and that. And we all got to work on this. So it takes 4 months to get one chair for your game. Guess what? That's not how you work together on anything. Like, I worked for a helicopter company. All right. Now.
Not again. Not again. No. No, please, not again.
Make the bad man stop.
Your daddy got you a job at the helicopter company. Your daddy gave you a fucking certificate saying, good boy, Phil, here's a gold fucking star. And your daddy couldn't fucking stop your ass getting fired for sheer incompetency because you couldn't even fucking finish your work in time and you had to fucking get a laptop given to you so you could finish your work at home since you're so fucking goddamn useless in the fucking office.
I'd also like to conflate. This is literally applying, comparing apples to grapefruits, or whatever the hell it is. Different companies have different systems. Different jobs have different systems. I did creative writing. I know there are even there's God knows how many writing styles you could go with. You could work backwards. You could work into something like Catch-22. Oh my god! I want to kill him.
I too have a certain writing style. And just there we go. I'll just yeet this background to my members so they can enjoy that to their heart's content. There we go. Now my members can enjoy doing whatever they want when there's a random picture of Phil. Fantastic stuff indeed. Fuck me, man. This is a rough bingo so far, I'll tell you that. We are behind Phil by about 37 minutes, so let's just crack on with the show.
To do anything at the helicopter company, obviously, I had to work with my management directly. I had to work with the shipping department in the back. I had to work and call outside facilities who repaired helicopter parts and work with them. But even then...
That's doing your job, basically. You had to basically talk to your colleagues and phone people. That was your job.
Like, I could usually get stuff done within a day or two, especially if it was like a rush job for someone who needed something for a helicopter. Maybe it would take a couple days, but I'd get it done. 4 months for a chair? You know what I'm saying? Like... that doesn't work. And obviously, it's just a problem with these AAA game devs. They've gotten too big. They've gotten too convoluted. They don't even have like a set work path of how to get anything done. So everyone's just confused and then the game sucks. Well, Bethesda, it's time to fix that. Seriously, like, if this is the case...
So your solution to Bethesda is for them to stop having such a big team, which means pure potential getting laid off. But then you're going to complain about the Bethesda laying people off and say it's unfair of them.
And then there's a story about you're forcing the remaining workers there to have crunch.
Yeah, Phil, you're basically fucking... There's no win here for Bethesda. Phil's going to bitch about it my way.
And if they're now working on the next Elder Scrolls, and they got 500 people working on the next Elder Scrolls, they got to fucking stop. Really, they just have to stop with the bullshit. Enough with the convoluted nonsense. And you know what I really got to ask is, what happened to Todd Howard? Right? Because if you actually look at Todd Howard, and you hear he's done some interviews and things over the years talking about his history, and he's like, yeah, so for the original Elder Scrolls game we made, we had this many people, and then we were able to expand for the next one and next one. So he's the one manning the helm. Why is he running the ship into the shoals? Right? What is this guy doing? It just drives me nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck off.
And I just don't get it. AAA game development is not what it used to be. You used to know, oh man, Bethesda, whatever they pump out is going to be great. I can't wait for their next game. I don't even care what it is. Now it's like, oh, Bethesda. It's going to take them forever to have a new game. When it comes out, it's probably going to suck. It's going to be way underperforming. It's going to, you know, it's not going to live up to expectations. The ending, for the record, the ending of Starfield is atrociously bad. It was one of the worst contrived endings I've ever heard. And it's a cop-out because basically it makes everything you've done in the game up to that point meaningless. It's, in essence, if you don't play Starfield, you've had exactly the same experience as if you played Starfield. And that's a bad thing. They're morons. That you can tell that ending wasn't tested with anyone because it's such a bad ending. It makes you feel pissed off that you spent any time playing the game. So it just kills me that like they have the system and they had they had the world in their hands, you know, at one point, and now they're just giving it away. Here, give all the credit. You know, Larian surpasses them. CD Projekt Red did surpass them and then had a big floundering with Cyberpunk, but they're probably going to get it back. If they come out with a good game now, but people are going to look to these other companies for their epic RPG experiences, and Bethesda's just going to be left in the dust. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, continuing on, there's one other big story to cover, all right? And this one is in regards to a little journalistic company called Kotaku. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kotaku is a website that covers game news. Or do they? Because they did at one point, and then in the last couple of years, Kotaku has flipped to become an incredibly ridiculous leftist-leaning journalistic site that really politicizes things in gaming and also literally says some of the dumbest takes ever in gaming just for clickbait. Like, they'll have articles that are just so dumb that, you know, you're like, this is a joke. This is like The Onion writing this article, right? This is a parody of an article. But then you look, no, it's actually real. It's really on their site. They actually published it as a story, you know? Just some of the most ridiculous stuff ever. And a lot of people will say, like, they'll try to make an issue out of something, and then literally everyone else on the planet will read the article and be like, that's not an issue.
I mean, Phil, most of your fucking podcasts, you're bitching and whining and moaning about some small little fucking tiny inane thing. And you're talking like it's some sort of big massive issue. Ask a fucking Baldur's Gate character, ask Darion or what was that fucking name? What was the name of the guy that fucked off his character? Ask Darion or some push, I don't know. The guy that fucking had all his cool shit and said, bye Phil, I'm out. Phil made that into a huge fucking deal. Astarion, that's what it is, Astarion. Astarion, that was close. But, yeah, for most people it's like, oh, that's an interesting gameplay mechanic. And Phil's like, this is terrible writing. Gameplay shouldn't be like this. Game developers shouldn't be doing this and all that shit. He just couldn't accept the fact that he lost his cool shit because he couldn't do enough to fucking keep that character from bailing on him. And there was consequences for Phil's actions. Or lack of actions, or lack of effort to try and maintain the good spirits of that companion. It's just, for most gamers, it's like, oh, that's an interesting learning experience. For Phil, it's like, oh, my game's broken, this is fucking weird, this is wrong, this shouldn't happen. I want my cool shit back.
Why did they even publish this? It's a joke. So, what's ended up happening is, they went from being kind of a respected journalistic website to, for over the last 2 years or so, just a running joke of the internet. Like, everyone says, oh, Kotaku again, another fucking stupid, overly left-leaning article complaining about something, politicizing something, and you just know when you read their shit, it's exactly what it is. It's like a turd on a webpage. Like, there's no reason to ever go there, okay? So what ended up happening is they tanked. This last 2 years, all of their attention has gone away, and everyone's just constantly making fun of them, so all their traffic on their site has tanked. They're not making as much money as they used to on ad revenue and things like that, which they need to survive. So here's what happened, okay? Did
they start asking for tips? Did they set up a Patreon? I mean, that's what you did when you fucking when your ad revenue dried up. You fucking started live streaming, you fucking prioritized tips, and you fucking prioritized Patreon, you prioritized people giving you money up front straight away.
The management, meaning the people who own Kotaku, came down on them this week and said, what you're doing isn't working, everyone hates you, you've got to now become a gaming website again, so starting this week, you have to pump out 50 game guides. Yes, they actually made an edict. You have to make 50 game guides in 1 week. and have those on your site to draw traffic to the site that's related to actual games. Because what you're doing isn't working. It's not gaming related. It's trash. And we need people to actually come to the site now. Immediately, the head editor, what's her name? Kotaku editor-in-chief Jen Glennon resigned immediately, saying, oh, I don't like this management team's new strategy. Okay? Now, there's basically two different schools of thought on this. Some people
Oh, God.
are basically saying that this is awful, and here's why. Here's one take. This is from a Nathan Grayson. He says, Geo Media, that's the name of the company that owns Kotaku, is effectively forcing Kotaku to pivot away from news, lie, they weren't covering news, and demanding that its staff of 7 writers will now churn out an impossible number of guides per week. That's not what writers signed up for, and not why people visit Kotaku in the first place. This is straight up stupid and cruel.
I mean, it's something to be said where if the writers have something in their contract, and then the people that are responsible, the heads are saying, hey, do this other thing, if it's against their contractual obligations, then there might be a point for that last part, where it's like, yeah, the writers can say, hey, this is not what you hired me for. You hired me to do this kind of thing and that kind of thing. You didn't hire me to do what you're asking me to do. There's something there. But who also, this is also some fucking moot point because we got no idea what those contracts entail.
Okay? And here's what one of the employees actually said on Twitter. You know what? Fuck it. Here's a small cup of tea. Management here doesn't even care about the quality of the guides we make. They want us to aggregate them from other sites like a literal content mill, and went on to basically said, we're just going to use AI to do it. We're not even going to do it ourselves. We're not going to work. We're going to go to AI and we're going to tell AI, make an aggregate review, and we're just going to put it on the site. So literally, an employee at Kotaku posted on Twitter saying, I'm just going to plagiarize. And they said this publicly. I want you to think about this. This is supposed to be a major journalistic website that people go to for game news and trust them for true game news, outright admitting, I'm just going to plagiarize my work from here on out. They publicly said it. Anyway, I get the feeling this is it. I really believe what's happened is, here's the deal. At one point, Kotaku was a legit website about games. It was. I remember years ago, there were some good articles over there, but every once in a while, you get the oddball article that was definitely weird and political and leftist leaning, and you're kind of like, all right, it's one every 20. So, all right, we'll let it pass or whatever. But then all of a sudden, they changed for the worse and became just a 100% schlock site. And as they became more and more schlocky, people just made them the running joke of games journalism. Oh, well, it's Kotaku's take. You know, here we go again, right? I don't know how they thought they were going to survive doing this. I almost feel like they thought they were like the rebels of gaming journalism, but they never bothered to ask if anyone wanted that content. And the answer is no one does. Like, literally, even leftist-leaning people don't want to read Kotaku articles. You know what I mean? Like, no one's looking for this baity content. That's really what it is. It's always baiting a reaction, baiting some kind of a, you know, a response so that they can get some more attention and hopefully bring some more clicks, some more ad revenue to their site. And I don't know how long they thought they were going to last doing that. And I just find it hilarious that, like, the editor, like, immediately quits when told, you got to do gaming content now. It's like,
It wasn't gaming content, it was game guides or whatever. And yeah, it is a bit fucking, the editor's like, yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out. Yeah, but yeah, it is kind of weird that it's like, basically the management or whatever of fucking Kotaku had a change of direction as to what they wanted, and the person in charge of the content said, yeah, I can't do that, I'm gone.
well, it's journalistic integrity. No. It's a gaming website. It always was. That's the inception of the site, was that it was going to be a gaming website. So if you took a job at a gaming website and you refused to actually write articles about the games out there, but instead all you did was make political schlock and no one likes it, how did you think this was going to proceed? Like, did you not understand that there's like cause and effect in life? Like, do
you not understand there's cause and effect? Because everything you fucking do, there's consequences for it, and you fucking seem to fucking be surprised at the consequences for your fucking actions. You go on side scrollers, you make a fucking buffoon of yourself, and all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, people are laughing at me. Why? Boo fucking who? Anyway, fuck it, I could easily go down fucking more into that. Guys, thank you for liking the stream. We have over 100 likes on the stream, which means we have earned a free space. But not only do we have a free space, a bingo card, you guys also have the ability to enjoy the Bubbles animation to celebrate 100 likes, as made by supremely talented Pixar Animations. Remember, keep an eye on the bottom right for Jasper to do his thing. Good cat. Thank you very much.
don't make content people want, people move away from your site. It's not making money anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you think you would continue with your employment? You have to make money to get paid. And it's like they don't understand how business works. Maybe it's true. Maybe the people who write for Kotaku are these idiotic morons who went to these fucking stupid universities, you know, where they just get by, you know, bare minimum, probably got C's and D's in their fucking classes, but still passed, and their rich mommies and daddies paid their way through the college, and now they think just because they have a degree, they're entitled to a job, so they think they're just going to jump into some fucking cushy job where they can just fuck around and do whatever they want, and not actually do any work, and somehow magically for the rest of their life, money's just going to keep falling into their laps.
That went in an interesting direction. That kind of came out of nowhere, that random rant. But Phil, doesn't it reminds me kind of you? And because you kind of just coasted through college. Remember you fucking stopped trying in college because you didn't feel like trying anymore, and you know, high school, must have valedictorian, made it to college, and all of a sudden he was like living on his own or whatever, fucking not living with his fucking parents, and he was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna fucking try anymore, I'm just gonna fucking coast. And Phil apparently lived in the fucking party room at the college, and it was parties all the fucking time, and yeah, and all that fucking shit. Bill fucking shit. Bill fucking shit.
That's not how life works.
Something.
I hate to say it.
On you go, sorry.
Sorry, it's just a similar thing to what Phil said. There's a company that... have you ever heard of Reach PLC?
Don't think so.
Basically, they own... let me see who they bring up. They pull crap like this as well. They own the Express, the Mirror, the Daily Star.
Fuck me, that toilet paper garbage.
Yeah. They basically just throw articles to each other online that are exactly the fucking same. But the one thing I hate they do, and this is purely for clicks, woman finds miracle button that helps clean her clean her washing machine.
Oh me, that shit. They're responsible for
Do
that.
you know
crap.
what the actual button is?
What is it?
It's the thing. You empty the drawer. It's not even a button. It's like a couple of clips to take out your washing machine drawer and clean that.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I mean, these things are... It's funny as well, because it's the sort of thing that Phil would basically fucking come up with himself, potentially. It's like, guys, I mean, I discovered something amazing, you know? I discovered that it's actually easier to put your fucking shoes on if you put your socks on first. It's like, yeah.
And the comment section of these is literally like this is not a news story. This is paid advertisement. This is not. This is such an awful story.
The community note. This is shit.
Yes.
Oh bloody hell! It's just this has somehow devolved into another rant from Phil about how he's jealous of people who are more successful than him that got a job in gaming media. This has somehow evolved into that. This toxic jealousy Phil has. I'm going to rewind it by, like, you know, a minute or so, you know, for 30 seconds, just because this fucking random unhinged rant about his jealousy just kind of feels like it seems like it came out of nowhere. This random first of all, he's covering Kotaku and he's like, oh, this is kind of an interesting direction they're going, and the editor just kind of rage quit or whatever, but then it just evolved into this kind of nonsense.
You took a job at a gaming website and you refused to actually write articles about the games out there, but instead all you did was make political schlock and no one likes it. How did you think this was going to proceed? Like, did you not understand that there's like cause and effect in life? Like, you don't make content people want. People move away from your site. It's not making money anymore.
And here it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you think you would continue with your employment? You have to make money to get paid. And it's like they don't understand how business works. Maybe it's true. Maybe the people who write for Kotaku are these idiotic morons who went to these fucking stupid universities, you know, where they just get by, you know, bare minimum, probably got C's and D's in their fucking classes, but still passed, and their rich mommies and daddies paid their way through the college, and now they think just because they have a degree, they're entitled to a job, so they think they're just going to jump into some fucking cushy job where they can just fuck around and do whatever they want, and not actually do any work, and somehow magically for the rest of their life, money's just going to keep falling into their laps. That's not how life works. I hate to say it. That seems like modern America seems to think that. That's not how life works, okay? A lot of times in life...
How the fuck would you know how life works, Phil? For the past 15 years, you've been sitting on your arse, having people throw money at you for playing games badly.
Pot, kettle, black.
Exactly. Exactly. Phil's fucking pretending to be some sort of fucking authority on how life works. God damn.
Steve,
you gotta bust your ass.
Steve, full 24 hours. Go for it.
Yeah, Steve is regretting watching Phil's podcast tonight. Fuck
No,
me, man.
just make a video that lasts 24 hours purely on this.
24 hours later. Good movie.
seems like modern America seems to think that. That's not how life works, okay? A lot of times in life, you gotta bust your ass. You actually have to work hard. You actually have to do things you don't like to earn a living. I know, because I did it for most of my life until I became a YouTuber. And
Most of your life, you tossed salad and your daddy got you a fucking job at the fucking helicopter company. In between then you had another your little job here and there. Well, Phil, most jobs you've had, Phil, you got your ass canned.
now I got lucky enough to do what I love for a job. But the rest of everyone else has to bust their fucking asses. I guess these people just grew up, you know, pampered, probably spoiled. And now I'm the lead editor.
Oh my god. Pot Kettle Black Part 2.
I'm angry now because we have to make game content again. Well, then fuck yourself. Good job. Good luck getting another job. Because no one in any journal in integrity is something in journalism. And if you don't want to have any integrity and you're putting out junk after junk after junk, who's going to hire you again? Right? I certainly hope that, you know, maybe you're going to go work at a florist or, you know, go work at a restaurant, serving tables or something, because no one's going to want you in the journalistic world again after this job, the way that you've behaved. And these people, can you imagine making that tweet on Twitter? I'm so upset that they want us to make these guides. I'm literally going to use AI and just admitting publicly you're going to plagiarize your work from now on.
The funniest thing is, Phil's throwback videos has work from other content creators in it. So Phil's content that he relies on to try and make some extra money plagiarizes other people's content. But that's perfectly fine though. That's allowed.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Mokinus for a super chat who says, what? The delusions of grandeur are off the scale. They really are. They fuck me, man. This has been a rough one. And I have a feeling it's going to get a bit worse. I don't know.
That's the people who work there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, wow. But anyway, Kotaku's falling apart at the seams, and to say that most of the internet isn't happy about it would be a gross misstatement. People are basically going crazy about how they're happy about this. Now, here's the thing. I'm not happy about people losing their jobs.
Could have fucking fooled me. Yeah, really could have fucking fooled me, Phil. You fucking revel in the fact, oh, this fucking entitled piece of shit. Good luck getting a job again. Go fucking work in a supermarket or what? Fuck off. You told them to go fuck yourselves. You don't sound like you're, you know, feeling very sympathetic. And this pretend sympathy you got all of a sudden out of nowhere doesn't mask your true feelings of how you feel about these usually more successful people in the gaming industry.
Wish that what could have happened was there would have been more of a level-headed discussion about this. It sounds like there was just a giant edict and it was change. Now you're being forced to tough shit. And if you don't like it, quit. And that's exactly what the lead editor did, right? But my question is, and you always got to ask these questions. How did it get that far, right? How did it get to that point where the site was allowed to go that far off the rails? It was supposed to be games journalism, and instead it became political. How did you let the site do that? Who was manning the ship? Who was running it? And who took this long to tell them that this was the wrong thing to do? Because it wasn't like, oh, there's one or two.
Oh, wrong has been said on our bingo.
Burger.
There we go.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Slight political moment here. Welcome to the Conservative Party for the last 14 fucking years.
Yeah, there's a British style reference right there.
2 articles. It was like
Also,
every piece of...
Wonderful thing. Argentina.
Good old Argentina.
Look at what's his name? Javier Milei?
The Prime Minister of Argentina? Yes.
Yeah. He's basically just he basically just told them, okay, we're changing all this now. I'm going for it.
It's a bold move. Cotton, let's see if it pays off.
Tell them that this was the wrong thing to do. Because it wasn't like, oh, there's 1 or 2 articles. It was like every piece of junk they put out was like this for about 2 years. So who made that decision? Who let them do that? That's someone's problem, right? And then to just say, well, the people who work here, right? The 7 full-time writers. I think they have some part-time too, but there's 7 full-time writers. Now you just have to change everything you do to something you don't want to do. You know, that's shitty. I've been there. I was at a job where I was hired to do one thing, and within a year they decided they didn't want that to exist anymore, so they tried to get me to do something else instead, and I didn't want to do it, and I fought against it. And then eventually they got rid of me. You know, that's fucked up. But at the same time, when you're making some of the most toxic content on the internet, and you think you just get away with it, and again, you're not really working, you're just fucking around. I mean, how long did you think that was going to last? I don't get it. They literally said, but they're a top gaming news site. No, they're not. They weren't even making gaming news. They weren't making gaming news content. They were always politicizing their shit for clickbait. It was stupid as shit. Okay, Anyway, that's the news for today. I mean, that was huge, right? That was like over half an hour of news today. There's so much going on. And considering the fact that a lot of this, you know, is happening in development, we definitely might have more news over the weekend regarding games. Like, the thing is, I haven't heard anything about Rise of the Ronin. I'm wondering how people's response and reception is to it. I'll look for that information. Same thing with Dragon's Dogma 2. You know, now we're going to get our day one impressions from everyone playing it. We'll probably have some good stuff coming up over the weekend to talk about, okay? But in the meantime, thanks for watching DSP News. I hope you enjoyed the segment. That was a super long one. I feel like we should get to shoutouts, because if we don't start shoutouts now, we'll never finish the show.
Who
So let's start
fucking cares?
with No Tango Dinero, who did today's first super chat and says, Friday party with the boys. Well, thank you, No Tango Dinero, for being here. I enjoy having a nice audience for new release days, and thanks for coming by, and thanks for the support. BB Phil did a super chat and says, is it allowed to campaign for specific hats in your chat? We're having a new RPG today. I can only see the Viking hat winning yet again. Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in a certain hat, you can always say to everyone, hey, everyone, you know, if we get to a hat goal, let's try to convince Phil to put this one in the running, or let's all vote for this one. You can do that, just as long as it's not obnoxious. You know, don't constantly spam the chat with an automated message over and over. You know what
Don't be like Derek, yeah. Don't be like Derek. Just say it, Phil.
Or don't
be like Derek.
Or don't be like DSP. Sorry. Or don't be like DSP when nobody's talking to him. Hi, hello, anyone here?
DSP Nightbot is the only one there responding to Phil.
I'm saying? It's all right to naturally in conversation try to campaign for something like that. However, to clarify, the way it works is we have goals for tips. $50 I put on my Gunner glasses. At $100 I put on a hat of your choice, and at $150 it's a vest. It is cool enough today to do everything, so I can do vests and everything. And
oh god, oh, he's about to work.
That last super chat that's just come in from Phil. Replace that with A.
DSP is A-Goat.
Yep.
Meh. Anyway, let's see how many burps here. There's going to be at least one burp here, maybe two.
ooh. Excuse me. And basically, I don't know if we're gonna hit $100. You know? So campaigning may not make sense unless at least we're in the realm of hitting that. You know what I mean? If we're getting close. So I guess we'll see what happens. I received a very generous tip to start today. I received a $25 tip from Rocky. And Rocky says the following. Hold on, let's get a nice animation for Rocky. Get them on the leaderboard, and then we'll see what they have to say.
Fuck you, Rocky, you fucking dick. I am a...
Yo, Adrian, I did it!
Yo, Adrian, look, I got a hat to wear. Anyway, I'm of the opinion that Phil is going to probably get all 3 goals hit today. Brand new game. He'll be hyping up the fact that it's not Baldur's Gate 3. Guys, look, there's something new. Please be excited and throw me a bunch of money. And his audience actually might think, oh wow, I am happy at something different. Here you go, Phil. Have some dollars. So yeah, I think he's definitely going to get all 3 goals hit today. Although I might be wrong, who knows, but it's probably going to happen. Remember as well, Phil's paid yesterday. Phil will be feeling quite happy and flush with the cash because Phil was paid by Daddy YouTube yesterday.
Fuck you, Phil.
You, Phil.
I don't care about anyone telling me that I need to improve or change. Thank you very much, Rocky. He says, happy Friday, my friends. Let's get it today with a positive and fun stream for Dragon's Dogma 2. It's currently downloading on my console, so it should be a fun first look. Don't forget to tip your favorite streamers. All right, thank you, Rocky. Appreciate that. And I received a dollar tip from Snow Carl Remix. He says, not to be a contrarian, isn't Dragon's Dogma 2 an RPG? Won't this make RPG Mania worse? Seems strange and not a lot of sense. Final Fantasy 7 will be on the shelf. Boy, I guess you're not listening.
I hate to be a piece of shit towards him, Phil. He is right, though. He's accurate with what he said. He was only making a factual observation, and you're going to shit on him for that.
I will reiterate again the schedule. We're only playing Dragon's Dogma 2 for today. Then it literally goes on hold, okay? Because I need to come back to it later because I need to finish the games I'm playing. The rest of this week, I'm focusing on Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. Once those are done, Dragon's Dogma 2 will come back.
Why not? Why is it today, though, only? Wouldn't it make more sense just to fucking play more Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon today and get those games out of the way already? Because you're delaying finishing those games that you're so desperate to finish by playing a brand new game instead. For one day only. And then you're bailing from that game. Basically, you're adding a new RPG to the mix without completing your other games.
Can I go on a limb here slightly?
Yeah, go for it.
What he has just done with his hands is hand graphs.
Yeah, let's rewind.
That's fine.
Let's rewind.
Let me explain my reasoning.
Yeah. I was gonna say let's just rewind and see what he does with his hands and see if it's a good one. So let's have a wee look again.
Focusing on Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon.
Oh my
What?
dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Muckiness for the super chat. Who says he said to tip my favourite streamers. Okay, that's very nice, Ian Muckiness. Thank you very much. Although that's not a tip. That's a super chat. I don't see that money until next month. We said tip. Rocky said tip. I'm kidding. Of course I'm kidding on. Only Phil would be fucking so pedantic enough to fucking try and say, hey, that's not a tip, that's a super chat. I'm not happy. I'm happy to get whatever I fucking can, but cheers for that Muckiness. So let's...
Unsalted Skies, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, do it.
Let's see if this is hand graphs. Okay, we're trying to see, is this hand graphs here from Phil?
Come back to it later because I need to finish the games I'm playing. The rest of this week, I'm focusing on Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. Once those are done...
I see what you mean, kind of.
No, go a few seconds further.
Dragon's Dogma 2 will come back. Likely
There we
we're
go.
going to start a new game that's completely different, whether that be Alone in the Dark or Rise of the Ronin. I'm actually leaning towards Alone in the Dark. I'm hearing better things about it now.
My argument is that fact he's got two sets of the scale, and he's doing an upward curve with his hands, even though he's bringing back. That is technically a graph. That is separate data points of information being brought in.
Chat, what do we think? Is it hand graphs?
I
Yeah or
know
nay?
I know I'm really stretching it, but come on, that bringing it back in, that is a curve going up. Don't tell me any math people have not done two separate graphs with the x-axis being different.
I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis.
Burger. Now that it's actually out. We're likely going to have Final Fantasy VII come in as like a late night chill stream, and I'm going to start a co-op playthrough with my wife of Beyond Good and Evil. And so that's what we're going to be doing for the next several weeks. And then on my birthday marathon on April 6th, we're going to sit down and look at the game release schedule, and we're going to figure out what other games I want to play moving forward in the next couple of months. So this has already been explained. I don't know why you're not listening. We are not just going to be playing Dragon's Dogma 2 constantly along with the other RPGs. That wouldn't work. I agree with you. I wanted to play it here on release day so we get our good first taste of it. We'll be 5 or 6 hours into it by the end of today. And so we'll know exactly what it is. But after that, did I say Beyond Good and Evil? I meant to say Beyond Two Souls. I keep saying that too. I keep saying Beyond Good and Evil. I guess for some reason I always think of Beyond Good and Evil first. Probably because I played it a long time ago. Anyway.
Dumbass.
Thank you for the dollar tip, but I've already answered your question. So, okay. Too much snow in the ears? Did they have a lot of snow or something? Hold on 1 second. I need to refresh the screen.
1 minute, man. Incoming. Whale button prepared.
Oh my god. What am I looking at?
You're
I'm looking at a lot of
mirror.
spam is what I'm looking at. Holy shit. I got a lot of spam emails yesterday. Ugh.
Well, this is really professional, Phil.
There
Super
we go.
professional.
Okay, I'm trying to clean this out. Okay.
Such professionalism has never been seen before
All right.
on YouTube.
Hopefully, that'll clean out in a second. I'll be able to find stuff. Anyway, let's continue. The Blimp with the super chat, he says, great take on Starfield, 100% spot on. Thank you to the Blimp. I appreciate that.
Hey, hold on. Can you try saying that again?
On, thank you to the Blimp.
No, too far forward.
Blimp with the super chat, he says, great take on Starfield, 100% spot on. Thank you.
100 per spent? Per spence? Oh, my job as a Scotsman is to butcher the English language. It's me that's meant
My
to
job as an
fucking-
Englishman to butcher the English language.
I thought you were Welsh.
To the Blimp
I live in England. I'm both.
I appreciate
I'm also
that.
part Scottish.
for the super chat. First of all, this person's name is Dig Bix. Gee, I wonder what they're trying to say. And they say you should do a segment of DSP junk mail. You go through spam or dumb emails and we can laugh at them. No, that's an awful idea. I know for a fact that when you give entertainment value or you emphasize or give attention to something that's stupid, it just creates more of it.
Pause.
All right? I don't need more spam.
Wait.
I really don't.
Let
Okay?
finish.
I don't need it. So the answer is no, we're not going to be doing that. Okay?
Okay, I want to get to the end of it. On you go.
Okay, yeah, I know for a fact as in fact.
No,
No?
because it's a different context. I know for a fact it's just him basically just kind of. It needs to be in fact. I'm staying firm on that one. In fact, it has to be.
All right.
I'm staying firm on that one. Nice try.
All right. Okay.
Where the hell's 1 minute man?
Well,
have
I
the wheel
think
button
as
ready.
of now,
Don't tell me he's not tipped yet.
I've covered everything.
Oh my.
I think.
1 minute man,
So-
where art thou?
Unless, again, one of my emails isn't loading, which could be. But I think as of now, I've covered everything. So, we have a little bit of extra time.
Oh, fuck
All
off.
right. If you guys want to chat, please tag me in the stream chat, DSP Gaming. And we will chat a little bit before we begin with Dragon's Dogma 2 today. Okay?
Bite your hoof, you piggy prick.
Yeah, Lawsome, I saw this before. Lawsome9 says, if you focus on Dragon's Dogma 2 this weekend, you can beat it by early in next week because it's a 25-hour game when it comes to just the story if you skip side content. And it'd be better for you to do that and then go back to the other games and then return to it after. All right? What I'm noticing now is a pattern that I've seen being a YouTuber. And it's the same pattern that I see in life. Okay? And it's this is the pattern. In life, everything is like a pendulum. You know what a pendulum is, right? It's going back and forth. Back and forth. Swing.
I mean, I would argue that's a good example of hand graphs as well. He's using his hands to
Yeah, I
demonstrate
don't.
something.
In my context, yes.
It's a
That's
weird
a bell
one.
curve.
Yeah, I mean, we got it ticked off anyway, but yeah.
Kind of like a Cliff's grandfather clock. How it has one of these that goes back and forth like this. So in life, sometimes things go all the way over here, and sometimes things go all the way over here, and they're constantly in flux back and forth, back and forth. Okay? When I started on YouTube, people told me they wanted to see the stories of games as quickly as possible. I was known as the guy who would buy a game on release, play through its story within a day or two, have the entire story up on YouTube, and be on to the next game. That's what I was known for. That's what I was popular for. Then, around 2013, 2014-ish, people told me that my method of content was terrible. This is awful because you don't ever show what a real game is. You're only showing a very small, streamlined part of a game, and your rush-through-it mentality skips so much meaningful side content that your playthroughs aren't valid and your reviews are unqualified. So, after getting basically lambasted by the internet around that time a decade ago, I said, well, we could change. And eventually what I did is I became more of a metered content creator. Balance of side content versus story. Now when I take on an RPG, as long as it's an RPG that I like and I'm finding meaning in the side content, I make an honest effort to do as much as I can. Take a look at Baldur's Gate 3. I've done almost every piece of side content in that game that I found, right?
You're going to skip a whole bunch at the end because you're desperate to get to the end. For as much as you claim to fucking love the game, you seem very eager to skip as much as possible just so you can get to the very end now. So you're kind of contradicting yourself already, but go on.
There's a few that I skipped or didn't find too meaningful, but for the most part, I've done almost every major mission structure in the game, right? In Like a Dragon, I was spending upwards of 3, 4, 5, 6 streams in one chapter, because those are the chapters. It's chapter 6 and 8, where all the side content opens up, and I would spend time just running around doing side content for entire streams.
And the last few streams of that game, you've been determined to ignore the side content as much as humanly possible and focus only on the story missions, and now you're in chapter like 11 or some pish.
Right?
Your two examples, you fucking blitz through the story as much as you can.
So, that's just how different I am today. Now, the funny part about this is, I changed supposedly for the better. But now people say, oh, Phil, the way you play these games, it's too drawn out. You take too long to beat a game. So now because you're taking so long compared to other content creators and streamers, you know, people lose interest. They'll only tune in for a week or two, and then they're tired of you playing the same games.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Paul J. Brazzo Jr. for the super chat, who says, 15 years later and the same thing. A hustler. Pretty fucking much. The suggestion that was given to him was, look Phil, this is a very short game compared to everything else you're playing. If you're going to play it today for a full entire day, you're ready. Phil plays the whole game today, right? And he's ready to skip the character creation, and he only focuses on story. Then that's him potentially through a fifth of the game. Straight off the bat. And that could be a good thing for him in terms of trying to get progress and all that shit. But his audience is trying to tell him this, that he could be done with his game pretty quickly and not have it be something outstanding and lingering. And now Phil's going to tell his audience that they're fucking dumb for trying to suggest that.
You know, people lose interest. They'll only tune in for a week or two, and then they're tired of you playing the same games. Every other content creator's already moved on and played another game. So like on which, so how do they do that? right? How exactly are they doing that? That's the question. Like, how are they getting through an RPG within 2 weeks? Because they're rushing. Because literally they're doing what's being suggested to me here. So they boot the game up and they just follow the story. Maybe they'll do a side quest here or there, but they literally barrel through and turbo through a game to try to finish it within that small window of popularity that the game has. Because as soon as the next big game comes out, they jump on that next bandwagon for clickbait views. Like literally that's all it is they're jumping from game to game to game to game to game.
And you did that at first, and it was fine for you to do it back in the fucking day. Like, Phil, let's use some DSP logic here for a second, okay? Phil said that he used to be a content creator who just was known for turbocharging through games, playing them as fast as fucking possible, and moving on to the next game. It was also a period of time on YouTube where Phil was his most successful. Phil got a whole lot of attention, he got a lot of views, he got a lot of money for doing this exact method of content creation. And he's now saying that his more bigger successful content creators than him are basically playing games the way he used to do it before. And they're bigger than him, they're more successful than him, and Phil is choosing not to play games like that anymore because reasons. Using Phil logic, if he reverted back to his old ways of playing games, wouldn't he be far more successful? You know, just using Phil's own logic here against him. He's basically admitting that if he went back the way to how he used to fucking be as a content creator, he would make far more money and not have as much money worries, using his own logic. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird.
Oh god, I'm just reminded of I don't know if anyone is an engineer. Just answer me this if anyone is. Prophet might do this. Do you pad out your time estimates?
Do you what? Your what?
Basically, it's the Scotty principle in Star Trek. I'm trying to think of I don't know which Star Trek film it's from, but basically it's like Kirk goes, Scotty, do you always multiply your estimates by 4? And you go, and Scotty replies, yes, because how else would I retain my thing as a miracle worker? But then I think same film later on, he basically goes, Kirk comes back, basically saying, the Enterprise isn't ready yet. This is 3 weeks later. It's like, but I said I'd get it for you. Oh God. He said he'd get it. Scotty said he'd get it done in 2. Kirk said, but I gave you 3. And he goes, I think you gave me too much time, Captain. And it's just like, he basically taking Warren. Thank you. I'm really not making much sense.
Yeah, I was confused as all hell. I thought you were speaking in tongues for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Sorry, I am trying to basically say, yes, Unsalted Sky says it perfectly. You add in time for the margin for the unknown.
Okay. I was like, you cooking. I was like, I'm so confused. I'm gonna just let him keep cooking because I might get there in the end.
Thank you, Bob Hoskins. It is Wrath of Khan.
There you go.
And DB James says it.
There you go. Cool stuff indeed. I don't know. It's a strange fucking
You
thing.
understand me? Hooray!
And Kulimp is also, I might say I highlighted it earlier as well, but Kulimp is saying what Phil is saying is so untrue. They focus on one game at a time, that is how they are able to do it. If they're a full-time streamer, it is 8+ hours a day on the game. Some streamers most streamers, especially most bigger content game streamers than Phil, most of them will stream longer than him. Like, they'll plan their day accordingly, and they will also have necessary breaks when they need them, but they will spend more time making sure their audience are getting their money's worth. Some streamers who are dedicated to fucking streaming for the audience will make sure that their audience are getting the value for their money, and it's not just like, oh, I'm going to do it for a few hours then stop for a while or whatever, you know. Like, some of them will stream potentially for 6 hours, 7 hours, maybe even 8 hours straight, and maybe they'll fucking have a small break and then go back again for another few hours if they really fucking feel the need to or the desire to or whatever. But yeah, Phil was just fucking assuming, oh, these bigger content creators are they just focus on the game and batter through it and that's it.
They're not taking their time with games like I do. So because of that, they get through them faster. Essentially what's happened is they have become me from back in the day. When I did that formula back in the day, at first it worked, and then I was told, you're doing it wrong. So I changed, and now that I'm a different kind of person and gamer, people are saying, oh, go back to old Phil. But that's not how it works. When you change and you feel like you've improved for the better, you're not going to revert back to your old ways. You've already told me to evolve and change, so I did. I'm not going to revert back to who I was 10, 15 years ago. That's not how life works, right? I compare this to, basically, back in the day, I used to make 10-minute clips. Why? Because YouTube didn't allow clips longer than 10 minutes, right? So for the longest time, I limited my clips to 10 minutes. Now, eventually, people were like, well, now YouTube allows half-an-hour clips. You should go longer. So I started doing 15-minute to 20-minute clips. And I did that for the longest time, right? Then people complain further. Well, we don't get it. Everyone's doing hour-long videos or longer, and you're still doing 15-minute clips. Why are you such a dinosaur? Why don't you get with the times? So I said,
Hour-long videos are okay for content creators who don't fucking spam their inboxes with videos. Like, I'm pretty happy to watch an hour-long video from a gaming content creator if it's from somebody who, like, you know, a good example would be the Spiffin Brit, for example. A Spiffin Brit does some very amusing gameplay videos sometimes, and they're usually like, you know, it's like, their usual range is like 20-odd to 30-odd to 40-odd minutes. But even if they have a longer one, then I'm cool with that as well. That's kind of, but they're not making videos every single day though. They will work and
They're
put
cute.
effort into it. Yeah, I mean, they take their time to edit and craft a very good video for their audience to enjoy. They do live streams as well sometimes, but I must be honest, I've never checked out a Spiffin Brit live stream. I don't have the patience for it. But yeah.
Like I said, NerdCube does his every Friday. He's still on right now, I've just checked. And he still edits them afterwards, just to shorten it down.
I mean, yeah, biggest Nerdcube. I mean, I loved watching Nerdcube back in the day. I don't really watch him much too more anymore, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I was a big fan of watching Nerdcube's stuff as well back in the day, because he was a very entertaining YouTuber for me. And but,
Right now, he's doing Desert Bus.
Oh, Christ, man, that's a fucking torturous one to fucking do. It's like a 30-hour drive. Not 30, is it? But
No, it's 8 hours in game.
Yeah,
it's exactly 8 hours.
Literally an 8-hour experience of driving. Oh, God,
yes,
yeah.
and you can crash the. And what he did, about 4 hours in, was crash the bus.
Oh,
So he
yeah.
got towed all the way back in real time.
Oh my God, that's
That's what he did last time. I don't know whether he's doing it now.
The thing is, though, I don't know. See, if I actually appreciate creators who can fucking play games like that, because it means that they're fucking required to be entertaining for the audience without the game doing it for them. You know, and some people like, can you imagine Phil trying to play Desert Bus?
God.
He would. That would be goddamn awful.
He'd be bored after 30 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? The bus always pulls slightly to the left or the right. I've heard that, yeah, I remember hearing about that. But yeah, if anyone can, I mean, if content creators can fucking make that stream entertaining for an audience, then fair play to them. Fair play to them. That's a content creator that knows what they're fucking doing. If they can entertain an audience playing a game like that for 8 hours straight.
said, all right, when it makes logical sense to do so, I'll do this. So at one point, and this was like 4 or 5 years ago, my page here got screwed up because of a huge stupidity thing with Google Plus integration and shit like that. Not Google Plus, it was their competition to try to compete with Facebook. Was it Google Plus? It might have been Google Plus. But anyway, they did this fucked up thing. It glitched the page, and basically the page was gone for like a few weeks. So I used that opportunity. I said, you know, when the page reboots and comes back, when this is all fixed, which it did get fixed, I'm going to come out with longer videos. Because this is what people have asked for ages. So I went from, no exaggeration, I went from 20-minute, 25-minute videos to 1-hour videos. The feedback was, oh, finally, and my views went like this. And my revenue went like this. Okay, it all tanked.
So there is, without a shadow of a doubt, hand graphs. Phil was demonstrating something either going up or down in numerical value. So people that complained about taking hand graphs earlier on because Dash is like, please.
Was, oh, finally, and my views went like this. And my revenue went like this.
Hand graphs.
Okay, it all tanked. So now, come to find out, people have actually been complaining recently, my videos are too long. My 1-hour-long videos of gameplay are just too long. That's too much to put into one video. Bill, why don't you get with the times? Why don't you have more digestible clips that are shorter? What? You mean what I used to fucking do? And you all yelled at me and said that that was the wrong thing to do.
So there we go. It's the audience's fucking fault. They're trying to fucking help poor Phil Barnell become a bigger content creator or whatever, you know? Like, if Phil really made fucking videos in terms for his on-demand audience, an hour wouldn't be bad. And especially an hour edited. Can you... Phil's content... Can you imagine if somebody edited Phil's, like, day stream so it cuts out the boring shit and the mundane shit, and it only includes the kind of good shit that's kind of entertaining to watch, which I imagine is not fucking much of. Bear in mind it's a Phil Barnell stream. But yeah, this is the whole fact of the matter. I mean, this is why people told you get somebody to edit your fucking shit for you, so then they can upload that.
Marquinhos, what are you on about?
Oh my god. It's just...
Sorry.
Oh, it's so painful.
Sorry, just smoking this caught something. He's tagged you in it.
Oh, why does smokiness says, does that mean Dashi gets free, but not? No, you get fucking nothing.
Yeah, even I'm confused by this.
No. I think basically I went and said, okay, I'll give you the fucking square because it's your birthday, I'll be nice. But that was me being nice to you for hand graphs. You're not getting an extra square because the one you wanted ticked kind of because it was a stretch. It kind of became validated later on.
It was a mathematical thing. It was a graph.
Yes, yeah, fucking yeah. No free spaces yet for you, birthday boy.
So here's what's happening. The trends are
100
like
likes?
a pendulum. They go back and forth, you see? And sometimes this is popular, sometimes this is popular, sometimes you're in the middle. There really is no perfect formula for content creation anymore. It's all over the place. Now I've done it so long. I've been into it for 15 plus years. I've seen it go all the way this way, and now it's going all the way back this way. The most popular content creators are literally copying what I used to do. They're rushing through games, they're finishing them in record time to get to the next big trend, and they're pumping out shorter videos for more views and more ad revenue. It's what I used to do, and everyone gave me shit for it.
So, are you gonna fucking do it then, Phil? Go on. I mean, you're the one that's desperate for fucking better money right now, so just fucking do it.
A guy with long hair is summing it up perfectly.
This is so painful. Now Ronan says Phil was always blaming his viewers for all his problems instead of looking at himself. He never looks within. You know, he never looks within. I mean, he would... It's just so fucking painful. It's just so fucking painful during the stream tonight. This is what I rushed home for. After a shitty fucking day, I came home a bit later than I meant to try and get back to the bingo. As soon as I got in, get the bingo going.
I have to wait till tomorrow.
Oh, no, cause I'm busy tomorrow. But yeah, and I get back and Phil's fucking beanless. Oh, Phil pisses me off so much. Oh, I need a drink. I need a fucking drink.
So the question is, what do you want me to do, right? I mean, what exactly would you like me to do?
Fuck off. Just fuck off. What would I like you to do? Well, let
The
me
video
think.
be entertaining, swallow a shotgun.
What, Phil, what would I like you to do? First of all,
Shut the fuck up!
second of all,
Shut up, bitch!
third of all,
Yes, get on with it!
anyway, that's the three fucking suggestions I can think of.
You know, I don't know. I really don't know. I just... C0 says, I'd rather watch a playlist of 30-minute segments. I wasn't a fan at that point in time when you changed. Dark Gaming, what you're saying is both true and false. He says, some people upload an entire 6-hour video on demand. Yes, the lazy ones do. The lazy ones who literally just do their archive streams, but a lot of the top YouTubers or top streamers have editors, and they cut up that stream into segments that are like 20, 30 minutes long, so now you can watch it in shorter parts too. They don't just leave a 6-hour on-demand video out there, although there are some that do, and that content is atrocious. I've seen it. Imagine if in one day, I only put out one video that was 6 hours long, right? And literally that had the pre-stream music, me coming on stream and doing the podcast, and then 3 to 4 hours of gameplay with what breaks in between. It's all one video, and that's all I put out. And it's up to you to figure it out, right? You just watch it and figure that shit out, right?
Wouldn't OP Boone come along and do timestamps for you with chat GPT crap? So what's wrong with that?
That's terrible. That's terrible content. That's awful. That's not in any way helping a viewer figure out what if the viewer is there because they care about the game. They don't want to watch your podcast today. Well, you're fucked. You still gotta watch the same video. You gotta manually skirt through it to find the gameplay portion, correct? You know, that's why I do it this way. I split it up on purpose so that way you can easily find what you want. You want to watch the podcast? That's its own video. You want to watch the gameplay? Well, it's 3 own videos, and each is titled appropriately so you know what happens in each part. Each has an individual thumbnail, and they're in a playlist. Easy to find. Like, my stuff, quite frankly, all right, is very simple. It's actually some of the most well-organized, best managed content on YouTube.
I'm done. I'm fucking done.
May I make a suggestion? Not the otters. Can we put on something that D-Dog might actually find entertaining? Because it involves Australia.
Oh god. Oh, the camera moved. And I was why did they move the camera? Sorry, I got distracted by the auto cam moving randomly. What have you
No, it's fine,
found?
it's fine. I just want to suggest something to you.
Is this gonna like cause problems for the stream being like visible? Because some of your suggestions are a bit sometimes they get
I don't know, but I suggest we just watch some Dame Edna Everage.
Oh, that will definitely have problems. That'll definitely cause issues for YouTube afterwards. Like, oh, we're going
It'll definitely be more entertaining.
Oh god damn. Oh, this is so painful. Let's just watch these otters be cute with toys, not shit. There's one getting that one there, that one getting that. There we go. Let's just enjoy the otters being all wholesome for a second.
Oh, speaking of animals with things. Oh god, I saw this on Sky News this morning.
Was that a squirrel
3
with a
bears
shotgun?
in a swan pedal. Sorry, 3 bears in a swan pedalo in the UK.
3 bears and a swan
Yes.
pedalo.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna look for this. Is it a video or?
This was on Sky News.
Let me have a quick look. Free Bears Swan. I'll just search that. You sure? You sure? Is it? I'm pedalo. Hold on, I'm trying to find it and I can't.
I know I've seen it this morning.
Hold on. The first article I found was from the Daily Mail. Skipping that. A Telegraph. Will a Telegraph even let me fucking see that shit? Because oh my god, hold on. So I found the image.
Yes.
I found the image.
Because of the heavy rain so much, they somehow moved a swan pedal out into this, and the bears have been playing with it.
I like how this one feels a bit sad. I was like, there's no room for me on it, for fuck's sake. But when this one's just chilling, having a fucking great time at the front. It's like, yeah, fucking push it faster, yeah, bam. Fucking get right in there. Oh, hell. It's just, yeah, that's an interesting diversion from Phil's toxicity. That really is. That's a good little diversion.
And this is what I get for watching Sky News at 6 in the fucking morning.
I mean, it's a good thing, to be fair. At least it's not all doom and gloom. It's nice to have a random little fucking throwaway thing like this. Then we got that cunt. Anyway, let's get back to the bingo, and let me just rewind it for 10 seconds or so, just so we can remind ourselves what Phil just said that caused me to want to stop.
They're in a playlist, easy to find. Like my stuff, quite frankly, all right, is very simple. It's actually some of the most well-organized, best managed content on YouTube. The problem is I'm a negative meme and no one cares, right? That's the problem. If I weren't a negative meme that everyone just rags on, people would come to the channel and be like, wait a minute, everything in here is so nice and neat. I can find the show from every day in a playlist. I can find this. Look at this. The title's well done. Look at this, right? The problem is no one cares about content because everyone just thinks I'm a joke. That's true. I just find it hilarious that I watch other content creators and their content is not well organized. It's not even easily digestible or watchable. It's like a work to get to what you want to watch. Like we watch playthroughs from other content creators and it's like, okay, this is part, literally it'll be like, I'll just throw out a name there. Detroit Become Human, part 10. And that's it. Doesn't say what's in the video. Doesn't say what happens in the gameplay for that day. Nothing. You Chris Play, they're just sitting there in a chair talking to their audience for an hour. Who the fuck wants to see that? You named the video Detroit Become Human. Why the fuck is this in this on-demand video? It doesn't make any sense. You know, now you gotta fucking skip through. I don't care about what the fuck you were doing on a particular day 7 years ago. Get the fuck out of here. Get to the content. And you finally get to where the game starts. And now, wow, it only took me like 25 minutes to get to the fucking part I wanted to watch. Wow, that's great. And these are people more popular than me. But no one gives them shit. Why? Because they're not negative memes on the internet. I am. I work my ass off to try to improve and give you guys the better content. And I feel like my content's better. The way it's organized, the way the length, the titling, the thumbnail, the playlist, the quality of the content itself, the fact that I do... Paper Machete, you're a moron. I'm not doing that right now. This is a fucking live stream, you idiot. I'm talking about the on-demand content. What a fucking moron.
Oh, I need to see. We're behind by over an hour. Fuck me, man. I want to see what Pierre Machete said. I need to know. I need to know. Did I fucking say something? Phil, you're doing that right now. And Phil's like, I don't mean right now. I'm talking about on demand. No, for fuck's sake. Let me see if I can find it. Raw Phil.
I'm sure the guy was gonna...
Shut up, Phil. Who cares? So I found Raw Phil. Here we go. And let's rewind back an hour or so.
Are we that far behind?
Yeah, we are. Keep in mind, I was late. Basically, as I got in,
yeah,
that's what he was banned for. People said you're literally doing that now. They got banned for a factual observation. Or timed out at least. He got timed out at least.
Itself, the fact that I do... Paper Machete, you're a moron. I'm not doing that right now. This is a fucking live stream, you idiot. I'm talking about the on-demand content. What a fucking moron.
Oh, you're going to use this video and that'll be a part of your on-demand content later on. So, it kind of applies, Phil. Your entire stream is going to become your on-demand content, essentially, apart from the bits that get unrecorded, which is, you know, the unrecorded bits are like 5%. Also, let me just say hi to these guys like in the chat. There you go. Let me just be civil and say hi to the Raw Phil guys. Big ups to them. I'm going to leave a wee like
as well. Can we go
1.5? Well, we are 1.5 on our stream.
Are we?
Yeah, I put it up to 1.5 without telling anyone because I'm a sneaky bastard.
You're doing that right now, duh! No fucking...
There's a weird noise. Oh my god, it got so much worse. Hold on, Phil makes a weird noise.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
Let's rewind this and get the full context, okay? Let's get the full context here.
Content itself, the fact that I do... Paper Machete, you're a moron. I'm not doing that right now. This is a fucking live stream, you idiot. I'm talking about the on-demand content. What fucking moron? You're doing that right now, duh! No fucking moron. This is a live broadcast. Of course, there's going to be different content in the live broadcast. I break it up on purpose so you can find it later. That's what I'm talking about. God, you're dumb.
Who
It's
fucking
like saying I'm watching live
cares?
TV and there's too much of stuff jumbled together. Well, yeah, on live TV, you're going to have your show. You're going to have commercials in between. You're going to have different shows shifting around in a live broadcast. You're watching live TV. That's what you deal with. Same thing on a live stream. I'm talking about on demand. The fact that you can't even understand that, but you got to yell in my stream to act like you're smarter than me, it just shows what a fucking dunce you are. Anyway.
It's still going. Socrates says it said dude. I don't think he said dude. I think he was saying do, like, you know, like making a funny, you know. Yeah, do. Can't do, like D-U-H or whatever. I don't think he was saying dude. I'm pretty sure it didn't feel like a dude to me, put it that way. It didn't feel like a dude.
No, it wasn't dude, it was a duh.
I want to rewind this a little bit though because he kept going. Oh, this fucking face. This face strikes me as a face that Derek Zoolander might make. You know? I don't know why, but I'm getting like Derek Zoolander vibes from this kind of face and pose from Phil right here. Maybe it's because he's a little bit off-center, you know what I mean? Like the head's tilted to his side a bit compared to the rest of his body. It feels like a strange little pose, you know? And the fact that he can't turn left, so he's doing it to his right instead. It's blue steel, yeah, it's blue steel. What is this, a center for ants? Oh, sorry, it's too good a fucking movie. You know, I'm gonna do a screenshot of this. I'm gonna do a screenshot. It's an interesting facial expression in my opinion, so we're gonna get a wee screenshot of this. And here we go, there we go, and it's actually worked out very well indeed. Fantastic stuff. Let me just throw that towards my members. And yeet, there we go. And while we're going, here, Tacozilla has been a busy boy, and he's made that. Tacozilla has made this strange, you know, this is Phil using his pig noses and his all. Guys, you'll support me over these other content creators. You'll support me. Don't forget to tip me as well. But stop watching Keemstar. Stop watching Detractor. Stop watching all these other content creators. Keep watching me again.
Tacozilla, if you're here, basically, you know the end scene of Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 with the Yuri in the mind control chamber, you know, the Allied victory one? Can you try and figure a way to fit Phil in that?
Silence, Liberal. I don't know if that's the same game. Or Silence Corporal even. I don't know.
Commercials in between. You're going to have different shows shifting around in a live broadcast. You're watching live TV. That's what you deal with. Same thing on a live stream. I'm talking about on demand. The fact that you can't even understand that, but you got to yell in my stream to act like you're smarter than me, it just shows what a fucking dunce you are.
I thought I saw around it for that purpose as well to see what he said. The fact that you have to say. I thought he meant said in fact, which is why I around it. But he still has not said in fact.
Anyway, yeah, basically, I do my best. I bend over backwards to make my content better than what these other people are doing. And then everyone just says my content's crap anyway. So at this point, I don't really give a shit. I'll listen to the feedback of those who are actual, like, positive viewers and want improvement. But for the most part, no, I'm not going to rush through a game in one weekend just to get it done. So then you can go back and finish the other games, but then you can go back and do side content later. I'm not doing it. We'll play it today. We'll go focus on Baldur's Gate and Like a Dragon, let's finish them. And then we'll come back and we'll focus on Dragon's Dogma 2. You know, I'm not going to be one of these guys chasing glory of beating the game in a few days like I used to do. I've been there, done that. To be quite frank, it wasn't that great. It actually became more of a chore to do it that way because you never really know how long a game is and you think you know, and then you try to schedule out, oh, I'm going to beat this game in 3 days, and then the next game starts then, the next game starts then, and then it doesn't work that way.
Don't you have those problems right fucking now, though? You're always asking your audience how long do you think this game's going to fucking be, and you fucking try and plan your streams in advance. Oh, it's only going to take us like 3 or 4 streams. Oh, it's only going to take us this amount of time. It should be done by this certain date or whatever. You're to this day, you're still doing that though, Phil.
And then your whole thing gets screwed up. And also, quite honestly, it disappoints me when I miss a lot of content these days. You know, back then I didn't care. My attitude was just pump out maximum videos. Why? Because I didn't really care. To be honest, like it was more about quantity over quality. Today, I'd much rather have quality over quantity. I think the reason that a lot of people stick with me and support me is because of that. If I just went back to old Phil pumping out endless videos to rush through games, I don't think people would care that much. I think people would be like, oh, he's going back to his old shit and we don't want to watch that anymore, right? So, anyway, let's continue. I received a $24 tip from 60 Seconds Man. This is great. 60 Seconds Man did a $24 tip. He says, I'm trying to be more anonymous today, hence my name change. No one should notice. That's great. Anyway, So 60 Seconds Man says the following.
I assume that Phil knows exactly who it is, because despite the name change, it's probably the same email address.
Yeah, 60 seconds equals.
Wait a second, I know this. Come on, this is why he went and spent 2 years in school.
Who fucking cares?
Interesting, you're playing another Game of the Year candidate. This game probably has the highest entertainment value at this time, so what vocations did you choose? I guess it would be fighter and mage, or maybe focus on distance mobility and spells. Remember, food is perishable in the game, and there will be a lot of walking. I remember from the original game, there's an insane amount of walking. It's just really, you're just traversing this open world for a huge amount of the game until you get into, like, the dungeons, right? The instance to dungeons and stuff like that. A lot of people compare it to actually, like, a single-player MMO. I know that sounds weird. It kind of follows the formula of an MMO, except there's way more action. It's not turn-based, so it's more action-based combat, but it's like an open MMO world. I liked that a lot about the first game, although the one thing that gets annoying is if you accidentally wander into an area that's way above your level and you just get smacked around, you're like, oh shit, I'm definitely in the wrong area. And then you're like, well, damn, I thought I was going the right way the whole time. Now I gotta go back and look for the area I was actually supposed to go to, right? But it should be fun. Thank you, 60 Second Man, for your support today. Continuing on here. The blimp, I shouted you out. Yes, I did.
Well, no, when would he have said it?
Getting smacked around. Just before getting smacked around.
I'll rewind a wee bit.
There will be a lot of walking. I remember from the original game, there's an insane amount of walking. It's just really, you're just traversing this open world for a huge amount of the game until you get into, like, the dungeons, right? The instance to dungeons and stuff like that. A lot of people compare it to actually, like, a single-player MMO. I know that sounds weird. It kind of follows the formula of an MMO, except there's way more action. It's not turn-based, so it's more action-based combat, but it's like an open MMO world. I liked that a lot about the first game, although the one thing that gets annoying is if you accidentally wander into an area that's way above your level and you just get smacked around, you're like, oh shit, I'm definitely in the wrong area. And then you're like, well, damn, I thought I was going the right way the whole time. Now I gotta go back and look for the area I was actually supposed to go to, right?
Nah, nothing was said like that. Nice try.
Yeah, I know.
Lisa's asking how far we're behind. We are behind by an hour and 5 minutes.
But it should be fun. Thank you, 60 Second Man, for your support today. Continuing on here. The blimp, I shouted you out. Yes, I did. Dig Bix, once again this name, did a super text. Sorry if I upset you with suggesting we cool. No, I'm not upset. I think your name is ridiculous. We obviously know what you're trying to say, and it's ridiculous. Superfan69 did a super text. Did you hear that Broly Legs passed away? Oh wait, I thought his name was Broly Legs. Is Brody Legs? I know about this person because we actually watched a very inspirational video about them on my React show a few months ago. For those who don't know, this was a fighting game player who basically his body was kind of underdeveloped. And so because of this, he's been handicapped his whole life. Very hard for him to get around, but he still plays competitive fighting games. And he actually...
He's just like you, for real. I mean, I feels like bad taste. I feels a bit bad taste. I couldn't help myself, you know what I mean? It feels a bit, yeah, that's a bit bad taste. I mean, that's my bad. But I was waiting for Phil to try and compare himself to this fucking guy, because Phil also has mobility issues with his bad back and all that shit. And he's also got underdeveloped
Yeah, that's
arms.
a bit much.
Yeah, I know, but that's my bad. I'll say that. I'll go back on that. My bad.
It's pretty good. I mean, this guy wasn't winning major tournaments or events, but he was damn good at what he did, and the fact that he had to go through so much adversity to play fighting games, and the fact that he was good at them, is amazing. For those who don't know, it is Broly Legs. I thought it was. He spelled it wrong. I thought it was Broly Legs. He basically played. Did he play with his mouth or did he play with his arms? I can't remember, but basically, like, it was very hard for him to play because, like I said, his body didn't develop properly, and you know, to see him play games at the level he does is inspirational. You know, but sadly he passed away. You know, and he wasn't even 40 yet. And it's sad to see someone go because everyone said he's a positive, vibrant person. He was a shining light for the fighting game community, and it's an outstanding example of what it can be in a positive light. And it's sad that he passed away so early. And yes, it's sad to lose someone like that. So, yeah, rest in peace to Broly Legs. Personally,
I have never heard of the guy because I don't really pay attention to the fighting game community. But you know, fair play to the guy. But if they managed to fucking still make an impression that way, he didn't let what was, you know, going on in his life stop him from enjoying what he loved. You know, that's like I've got a big appreciation for people that don't fucking let themselves get held back from doing, you know, doing the things they want to fucking do in life. You know what I mean? When things have thrown all sorts, you know, when life has thrown all sorts of shit at you, it'd be natural to kind of just think, oh well, fuck it, life is shit. Then this guy seems like he's fucking had that. You know, even though he's gone, whatever, it sounds like he had a fucking hell of a life, and seems to have made a very good impression on a whole bunch of people, you know. So big ups to Broly Legs, and yeah, as I said, I've got no idea, you know, what, you know, as I don't pay attention to that side of things, but it does sound like they lived life the right way.
I never met them. He came into fighting games way after I was out of the competitive community. But you know, so many testimonials. He was such a nice guy. Is there a chance I'll play Mario vs. Donkey Kong when I'm done with Like a Dragon? No. Literally no one's asked for it. It's just a remake of a Game Boy Advance game from many years ago. I really don't have any interest in it. Why don't I auto-ban people that try to catch me and gut me moments? I'm referring to false catchy moments. Gotcha, huh? I'm so confused. What do you mean? I perceive I don't know what you're saying. I'm so confused. Does anyone know what he was saying? I feel like his autocorrect destroyed his sentence, and his sentence didn't actually come out. When am I continuing Elden Ring? At the latest in May. At the very latest. But we may do it earlier. It depends on schedule-wise. What we're going to do is we're going to sit down on my birthday and see what games are coming out April, May, June. But it's definitely coming back so we can get in line and ready for the DLC in June.
Is a piece of fucking garbage.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys, and you know, how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford.
What was you guys talking about? People sometimes have these weird topics. I'm trying to understand what they're saying. I jump in the middle of the conversation, and I don't know what they're talking about. Zero says, off the top of my head, what's a game I'd recommend for someone to check out? Any game at all? Lies of P. If you like Soulsborne games, and you did not play it, you really missed out. Lies of P essentially is Bloodborne 2, and it's super good. It's like, I was impressed at how good of a job they did. You would think that was FromSoft that made it, and it wasn't. So there you go. I'm sorry to hear that. Apparently a terrorist attack has happened in Moscow. I didn't, obviously I'm up here, I didn't hear anything about that. I'm very sorry to hear that. What's my favorite Supermassive game of all time? Probably either Until Dawn or Little Hope. They're both really, really good. Until Dawn is the perfect kind of homage to old school horror movies from the 80s, and Little Hope, probably one of the best kind of suspenseful, keep you guessing horror games I've ever seen. Those are my two favorites. All right, guys, we got to end the show. As much as I'd like to hang out with you all day, we do got to get to Dragon's Dogma today. So thanks for a great show, and I hope that you have enjoyed the news. Like I said, I knew we were going to have a ton of news to cover today. If anything was missed, please let me know. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but I'm sure tomorrow we're going to have a lot to talk about, including day one impressions of Dragon's Dogma. I'll try to find some news about what people think of Rise of the Ronin, among many other things. All right, guys? Thank you all. Great show today. See you all tomorrow. Another episode of Level 1 Podcast. Okay, cool. So here's the deal, guys. I do have to use the restroom. And I know you're going to be upset because you're like, oh, man, we want to see the gameplay immediately, but nature is calling me. So I am going to go use the restroom briefly. It'll only be a few minutes. It's not going to be a super long break, but I do need to take a break to do that. So
And hopefully we have enough, times, built up here. We're an hour behind DSP. Hopefully he's back from his break by now.
I'm going to, I guess I could, what do you guys like? Do you want me to play music? Or do you want to stare at the dashboard? Because this isn't like, we can't boot it and hear Baldur's Gate music like we usually do for that. I don't know what you guys want to do, but I got to go for a few minutes. Okay? Bring the mic so I don't break the immersion. There you go. Carter Jack says, ever thought about doing a marathon for a release day? I've thought about it, but in truth, I feel like doing a non-stop marathon all day would be too tiring and actually would like make the gameplay bad by the end of the day. I think doing it like I'm doing today, first stream is the game and second stream is the game, and having that break in between allows me to feel refreshed. If I do a marathon, I'm going to end up being so beat by the end, it's not going to be good gameplay. I think it would be ruining that day one experience.
Jad, I know I'm really stretching this, but in truth, surely is in fact.
Bucket? No.
Because Phil thinks he speaks the truth he speaks facts all the time.
He needs to say, in fact. I am holding firm on that one.
Oh.
All right, I guess I'm just going to play some music, guys. I want to use the restroom. So, here. I actually just took this away, and I'm going to bring it back. And we'll play a little bit of music, and I'll be back in a few minutes with the premiere Dragon's Dogma 2, so just sit tight, and I'll be back in a few.
I muted his stream so you don't hear shitty music. We're all good. Let's fast forward to when he fucking gets back. He actually wasn't away that long. He went and left it like an hour and 5 minutes behind. He was away for about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes or so, it looks like.
Hello everyone, we're gonna try out Mega Man.
No.
I know you're all...
Here we go. Bingo continues.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Let's get started. I know you're all waiting. I'm waiting too. I had to leave a delivery. I had to make a special delivery. Okay.
Oh, for God's sake, Phil, with the constant goddamn scat talk. Fuck. Oh.
I'm sorry?
Here we go. Very nice. By the way, I received a $3 tip from Markle. Does every new release game that you get Premiere get a full day of gaming like you're doing today with Dragon's Dogma? Not always. It depends on the game. I've done it a few times now, actually, if you think about it. I did it with Final Fantasy VII. I did it with Dragon's Dogma. Did I do it with Like a Dragon? I feel like I did it with Like a Dragon, too. Not always. It depends on the game. And also, sometimes there's a double new release, in which case, what I try to do is balance the day. Actually, that's what happened with Like a Dragon, wasn't it? Where we balanced that day. I think we did Like a Dragon as the day stream and Tekken 8 as the night stream that day, if I remember correctly. So it depends. But, I mean, I like to play a lot of a new game on release day if I can. This is pretty much all anyone's going to talk about that day anyway, right? Okay. It is Todd. Now, hopefully the importing of the characters works, because we did these characters yesterday, so I hope it triggers and works here. We're about to find out. Picture in the center disappears. I don't see any picture in the center.
Then make it brighter. Oh my
This is until the
god.
pattern is just barely visible. I don't see anything. Do you guys see anything? I see nothing.
Well, make
in
it
the center
fucking
here.
brighter then, you dumbass.
I still don't see anything. I still don't see anything.
Then make it. Oh my
Is it just me?
God.
I see nothing. Okay, now I see the checker pattern. Now I see it. Okay. Okay, yes, now I can
Ew.
see this one. Adjust till the picture in the center disappears. About there. Nah, I don't want to do that much of a reduction in brightness. We just do like one. We'll do one notch. Enter my age. They actually care? Oh shit. They want to know my age. Oh fuck. Well, I'm 41, but I'm about to be 42 in just a few weeks here. Not even. So I'm going to say 42. I decline, so therefore I cannot play the game. What's going on, Grim Ripper? I have not seen the X-Men 97 because I don't have Disney. I want to see the Beetlejuice trailer, and I totally forgot to watch it. I know it came out yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to watch that tonight, and I fell asleep. I didn't watch it. Enable networking.
X-Men 97 is
yes, you can
actually
hire
pretty
phones
good.
by other users, sure. Yes, this is a Capcom game, Mark. What? What was that? Oh wait, they don't have the. Oh no, they don't have the vocals. I wanted the vocals. They don't have the vocals from the original game. The Japanese guy singing. Well, this is very disappointing. I wanted the music to come back. The same song I wanted to hear again. This is bullshit. So wait, so how do I import the characters that I made? Does anyone know how to do that? I don't know how to import the characters right now.
Why don't you try and look for yourself in the options menu, Phil?
Oh, I didn't add the $3 to the total tips, but I know it's a big deal, right?
Shut up, bitch!
Options? Pedals on. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we just start, huh?
Hey, hold on, did he just ignore the option there for the pawns? Hold on. Yeah, there you go. It's in the network, Phil. Network features on main pawn online access, anyone. Data processing for the purpose of analysis, on. Hang on, main pawn online access, does that mean that anyone could get access to Cat's pawn? If they're playing this game as well? If that's how it works? Unless Phil changes that setting. Oh god. I have been asked that we need to check out what Phil has created as well. So even when Bingo ends, when Bingo ends, we'll still check out what Phil has created as a character. Don't worry about that.
I saw the chat.
Pedals on. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we just start, huh? It's in the cloud. Apparently, you should be able to select it in new game. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, everyone. It's time.
He is now recording for YouTube, so that's going to sadly bring an end to the bingo. So we don't get a full house today. Even if we had ticked this for Dashi,
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
and even if we had ticked anything else, it's like dude for so quick earlier on.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
You know, we would have been one shy, because, you know, so we had one free space only.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
So even if we had these things ticked anyway, we still would have been falling short, sadly. It is what it is, though.
Hey, hang on. Who was around when Chad was away? Did I miscount Snorts?
No, you didn't. You're doing great. Right.
You sure?
Nice try. Like you're trying to steal a win like a sneaky bastard. Right, let's go. So where do we see Phil's character here?
Yeah, I saw the chat, and it's just like I saw the phrase Vince McMahon walk, and I just went, oh god.
Oh my god. Oh wait, there's a walk here. Hold on.
We need a sovereign. Spelled in a weird way, though.
Is this
The
going to be
return
Phil?
of the sovereign.
Such an inspiring visit.
Oh yes, so inspiring. Can't wait to see the sovereign.
Is this going to be Phil?
Even a little louder? Do you guys want it a little louder? I can make it a little louder if you want. Let me know in the chat.
For God's sake.
He trips. Whoops, goes headfirst into the throne and breaks his neck. Oh, well, that was a quick one. It's our quickest sovereign ever. Damn,
Let's
what a
see Phil. Are you ready, guys?
Dark Gaming says they're not showing the face. Perhaps this is your character you played in the first game. Perhaps. See, I never played the Dark Arisen DLC, so I don't actually know what happened to that character at the end of the first game. I never got that far.
Before you sits the rightful inheritor of the dragon throne, chosen by the dragon as its enemy. Behold and rejoice! Fortune
Where's
has
the
delivered us our
character?
savior at last! At last! Praise be, for only the sovereign's guidance can lead us
Come
true.
on.
All hail the sovereign! All hail! Let all present
Where
Pledge
is
your
it?
allegiance to the sovereign.
Let's fast forward a shit.
Slay the dragon.
Uh-oh.
If thou seekest to behold this world in its side, thy will.
Hey,
Blah,
jail.
blah,
Excuse me. Of course, I get a tickle in my throat in the intro to the game.
blah. It's after the cutscene. Okay.
So in this one, it doesn't open up by a dragon coming and like ripping your heart out. Calling the free. Oh, subtitle ever.
Down a record of your name and face.
Where is it?
Come on, step forward.
Here we go.
So, you can either select a prisoner to use as a preset or select a hidden prisoner to customize. How do I import? How do I import the character I made yesterday?
No? Hard to say.
God.
If the pawn, are you the one?
How do I import the character I made yesterday?
Good for nothing pawns.
How do I do it?
Which of you is it? Is it you? No? Ah, it must be you. Aha, I thought I recognized you.
So we're going to customize. Hopefully it lets you import.
Oh, God.
Use existing character data to create the Arisen. So hopefully this works. Where do you guys see this? You ready for
Here
this?
we go.
I don't think you're ready.
What the hell?
It's Old Man Phil. It's
What
an older
the
version of me,
hell?
basically. I mean, I tried to add like wrinkles, make him look like he was maybe in his like 60s.
I thought I was going to do something like
It's current
creative.
day, Phil.
Why does old man Phil's beard look so much better than current day's Phil? He's got a more fuller beard, and his hairline is not as slopey. Plus, this guy has well-defined arms. This looks nothing like Phil. Masculine human. You can definitely tell it's not based on fucking Phil. Holy shit! So there you go. This is what Phil created for himself. Oh my god. Jesus. You know what? I think I'm gonna tap out. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Oh bloody hell, man! Jesus Christ! I'll tell you what. Before we finish, let's go to live DSP and see how he's doing performance-wise.
Sir Ricardo is in need of our right.
He's on 64 buckaroos. Hey, fucking go! Hooray for that! So there you go. Phil's on $64. I am still expecting him to get 100 plus, 150 plus dollars in this game for today. Who knows? Mr. says he sent some more artwork. Did you? Where? I don't see what he sent. I seen what tacos I was sent. Why do I voice my ideas? he's made a fucking Northlander.
Trust me, when you see the, hopefully what he's doing is the Yuri clip, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Oh, fuck me, man. So, Mr. made a Celeron. I actually remember seeing a Celeron and thinking, no. I've seen this and I thought, no. And yeah, my feelings are still true. No. No means no. I'm not sure about this.
Insert Steve Carell no clip.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I have no such clip.
Make the bad man stop.
That's as close as I've got. Misa, you need to stop. Dark Simian Phil, he called it. He labelled it Dark Simian Phil.
Nope.
Fuck me. Then he got Startlander or whatever. And this is okay. Right, anyway, guys, we're done. We're calling it quits there. Guys, thank you very much for joining me for this bit of a chaotic Friday stream. I do apologise again for starting late. Just, real life as a bastard sometimes. I got home in, but I wasn't too late. I got home just as Phil was starting the stream properly and all that jazz. And Dashi, thank you very much for being patient as well and waiting and all that jazz. I do hope you feel better for tomorrow for your birthday, pal. That's one big thing.
Oh, so do I.
It's an absolute pain in the arse when you're not feeling well. It's your fucking birthday. You just want to fucking enjoy it. And yeah, it's a real pain, man. So do hope you fucking get a good rest tonight, man. Get to sleep early enough, whatever, man. Get a good long rest. Hopefully you'll fucking feel right as rain tomorrow or close to it, and hopefully you enjoy your birthday, pal. But I do appreciate you joining me.
Yeah, I hope I do as well.
I do appreciate you joining me for a robust bingo stream as always, man. So yeah, cheers for keeping me right in the card, and if you're
You know what would be a nice present?
you want a full house, even though we're finished.
Yeah.
Tough shit. I'm
Englishman.
I can't just give them out like they're fucking candy.
Oh come on! It's only how long since you had a good one like this?
What do you mean a good one? This is a nightmare stream. No, not based
exactly.
Yeah.
We have all suffered alongside you. We deserve something from this bullshit.
What about my suffering? My anguish, my pain. I don't know. I'm just making.
Burger.
Fine.
Full house. Oh boy, how exciting.
Hey, fine.
Anyway.
Fine, fuck it. There you go. Fine, fine. Don't say I'm no fucking good to you. Happy fucking birthday, you dick. 160 buckaroos it goes up to. There we go. There we go, and that is that edited. Okay, now remember, you know, it's Friday though, so we're not done. You thought we might have been done.
Oh, marbles, yes.
Yeah, true. So yeah, we have some marbles to do, and we're going to this is what the marbles are going to be an impossible track, and if somebody completes the impossible track, then that will add $10 to the bingo prize fund. So guys, don't go anywhere. I need to. So I'm too distracted by this otter having a great fucking time in this crate. He's just fucking loving life, man. He's like a bear riding a fucking swan. But yeah, guys, I'm going to set out the marble stream. If you want to hang around and enjoy a game of marbles and see if we can complete one of those impossible tracks to try and get another $10 added to the bingo prize fund, then don't go anywhere. I'll be back soon. So yeah, just stick around for some marble funds. Alright guys, we are back with some Marble Madness here, and we are playing the course again, made by the evil Arthur UK. It's called Super Fallen Wormhole. We have tried this before and we've not had a finish yet. It is a very complex, fiddly, brutal course, which involves marbles falling to their doom before they get to the end. Let's start. We're going to try this 3 times, okay? We'll have 3 goes, and we'll see if anyone can complete it. And if nobody can complete it, then the prize fund will not go up by $10. But you never know. I think we've been doing quite well lately for trying to complete these. So, you know, I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. So, here we fucking go. The first big test. The laser show in there. There we go already. Death already. Plenty of death and destruction right away. Mob Mama is in the lead. Big ups to them. They're avoiding the lasers and they're oh, they almost avoided that. They got overtaken by Ethan Rumble. Joe Badger.
And for those who want a real life, and for those who want a real life example of what's happening in here, imagine Spa 1998.
Oh goodness me! Oh, people are dying behind me, of course. Ethan Rumble's gone. Beamer's gone. Heather P's gone. Hingle McFingleberry, not you too. Otway Insane's gone. Windows 96 is gone. King Llama gone. Meester's gone. Picking a Blanket's gone. Trade Didas. Kinda me. I'm dead. Oh, well, I'm not going to follow him. He's dead. Bill Brasky's still here, going strong, is he? No, wait, he's not. He's going to die.
I just died.
You did as well. King B. Krill's gone. Bill Brasky, Barrett
I
Wells
just
is
saw it
gone.
in the bleed for a brief second,
No, I
and
followed
then
the
the
wrong
red
person.
dot.
I need to go over here to crash override. And Midgard Metals and everyone else here. Noisy Puff. It looks like they're going to be the first one. Oh wait, no, wait. Crash Override. By the way, Crash Override very recently added. They are one of the more recent names I have added to the bingo, and they have they almost sniped the hole, but they barely missed it. But Noisy Puff has taken over, and they've timed this perfectly. They have timed it perfectly, and they've gone through. This could be very good for them if they're lined up. They're not lined up.
Nope.
Oh, Midgard Metals is though. This could be very good, and Jasper's Angels as well. There's still a surprising number of marbles. Never mind. I was going to say there's a surprising number of marbles that are alive. We just saw them all get burned to a crisp in that pipe. Oh.
Forget Spa 98. This is Monaco 96.
So we're going to follow Jasper's Angels as well as Midgard Metals. Jasper's Angels looks like their favourite. No, they fell. They were so close to getting to the end, to trying to get the finish there, and they ended up dying. So close, but everyone has perished. We might as well try again. Let's have another fucking go. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. I'm going to follow Warren. We'll follow Warren, shall we? Good old Warren. I'm sure following him won't have any dire consequences whatsoever. I'm sure he's going to make it all the way to the very end without any issues whatsoever. Hold the fuck on. Heather P is winning. Heather, tell your loved ones that you're winning a marble race. Because this shit is never going to happen again. Get your ass back in last place. No, poor Heather. You know, for a second, they were the best performing marble, you know, it was very impressive. Mind you, they're still going, they're still there. Some people have fallen to the wayside, but Heather P's still going strong. They'll never last. Brian A's there as well, big ups to Brian A. Elaine Walls is there. Midgard Metals is there, and Heather P has made it. Heather P is still winning. What is this nonsense? Meester also in contention. They made it across the bridge as well. And to Heather P in the lead here. They'll be the first one to try and get down here and make it through the hole. Meester has bashed the fucking marble. BST's in there as well, and MRC Midnight taking a shortcut. I think we should follow well, you know, I'm going to follow Heather. I was going to follow MRC Midnight, but we'll follow Heather instead. Just so we can watch them die. Never mind. However, P made it. So did Millie Away, and it looks like However P has timed this perfectly. Almost perfectly. Never mind, it wasn't perfect. I thought it was going to rotate fully, but I didn't realise it was going to stop. However, actually might be trapped here. They might be in trouble, However. Oh, they barely make it over. I'm still sticking with However. They've made it still. I'm staying with However. We've been with them all this time, you know. It feels right to stay with However. As the last surviving marble, they are dead last for the last survivors. But they're going to have a clear field. Those two are going through together on there. Actually, it's only Millie Away. Millie Away is the only one that's there. Oh, no! Something happened. However got yeeted into the stratosphere. I have no idea what happened. And Millie Away is gone as well. God damn it. I have absolutely no clue what the hell happened to However. All I know is all of a sudden they went one way and the track went another way. But hey, you know the old saying, third time's a charm? Let's fucking have another go. This is a final that go, by the way. I'm not fucking doing this shit all night. But yeah, we need somebody to complete this course, and if they do, they will add $10 to the bingo prize fund, which is currently at $160. We kinda tweaked the rules and fucking gave ourselves a full house.
Thanks to some convenient arm twisting by me.
Yeah, basically a lot of guilt tripping from the birthday boys. I'm sick and it's my birthday, be nice, I think, yeah, I get it.
I didn't play the I'm sick card, I played the I'm going to be convincing card.
Convincing Mars. Was it, I'm a sick boy?
It was, you did it, didn't you?
I got peer pressured into it. Don't say, for people who fucking doubt peer pressure, it works. Oh, the consortium's gone. I don't know, I've been following Windows 96 since the very beginning, so I just thought, okay, fuck it, we'll go with them. You know, there's plenty more marbles ahead up there. I'm still following Windows 96. But I'm trying to see who else is all here. Hingle McCringleberry's dead. No. Some of the best named marbles as well. Michael Hunts has made it over. And there goes... Well, there goes fucking Windows 96. Let's keep up with... Who's ahead? Is anyone down there? No, there's not. I guess we'll just stay with agreeable compliments then. As we're down to our final 18 marbles. A gang of wolves will be the first one to attempt the hole, it looks like, although they can't be getting held up here. And they might get overtaken here by Who's Poppin'. Who's Poppin' is going to be the first one to try instead. And I think they might have made it. I'm sticking with agreeable compliments, but yeah. Who's Poppin'? A guy will span rag and agreeable compliments. Oh, the timing was bad. Crinebear or Crinbear. Prophet is in here. Who the hell?
Prophet!
Hold on, let's keep. Oh, wait, never mind. Bye.
No.
Bye, bitch. Oh, he came close to doing something. Unlucky Prophet. Oh, for a second I thought, hey, that guy's going somewhere. We have one marble left alive. It is... Would you say it's Crinbear or Crinebear?
Crinbear.
Crinbear, okay, Crinbear. Like, no pressure, Crinbear, but this is a final attempt. And, you know, it's all on you to deliver. And you're about to not deliver.
No.
You're about to fucking die. And there we go. So, yeah, that's that. I guess, I guess we're just fucking
Unfortunately, my powers cannot convince Jazz to pick an easier course for somebody to win.
It needs to be a challenge for it to be worth winning. There you go. We're done.
This is Max Verstappen in last year's Formula 1 World Championship hard, though.
Unlike the Formula 1, I'm not corrupt. Alright? I'm not just going to fucking hand you
I didn't say he was corrupt. I didn't say Max Verstappen was corrupt.
I'm not like Italian football. I'm not like the horse racing. I'm not like Formula 1. I'm not... I can't be bought. Okay? I have such a thing called integrity, even though today's bingo win was a bit of a gift.
So does that make you Rangers before they were dissolved then?
Does that make what, sorry?
That make you Rangers before they were dissolved and done for tax stuff?
They're still shady. Anyway, guys, I'm going to piss off some people with that. But guys, thank you very much for joining me for this edition of DSP Bingo and all that jazz. We ended up getting a full house, much guilt tripping. But yeah, we are up to $160 in the bingo prize fund. Remember, at the end of the month, one of you guys can potentially win a prize, but only if you've got a comment on a community post, which is linked in the description of this live stream. So it's a big prize fund so far, $160, and one of you guys could potentially win that if the marbles are in your favour. It won't be that kind of course, by the way, to determine a winner. It'll be a random course. A completely random community course. It might be a hard track, it could be an easy track, who knows. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But guys, thank you for joining me for this edition of DSP Bingo. Thank you, Dashi, for joining me as well for the bingo as well. I'm going to wrap things up there, and of course I'm going to end it how I always end it, by playing notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. But guys, hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday and enjoy your Saturday as well, whatever you end up doing. I'll be back on Sunday for some more. Well, actually, I hope to be back on Sunday. I might not be, I have to wait and see, but I should be back on Sunday. We'll have to wait and see. But for some more DSP Bingo antics. But until then, guys, I do hope you all enjoy your Friday and Saturday, and yeah, catch you all later. Anything you want to say, Dashi, before we go?
Take care, everyone.
There we go. Goodbye.
Oh, last thing, go support Nerdcube. He's actually entertaining, unlike Phil.
I mean, yeah, but Nerdcube's been around for ages. Most people know who he is already. So yeah, but if you want to watch, Nerdcube fucking drive a bus for like 8 hours, go check him out.
Oh no, he's already did that. He lasted 8.5 hours.
Oh well, nice. Okay, there you go. So basically, he was 30 minutes late. That's an 8-hour journey.
But he has a pre-stream.
It's an 8-hour journey, and yeah, I'm just saying he took a scenic route, I guess. Okay. Anyway, I'm just being a dick. But yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Take care, folks.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.